stay loose, I stay hype. I stay loose, I stay hype. I stay loose, I stay hype. I could do this all night, cause I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like. Sipping goose, if it's right. And I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow. Cause I know I'm the show. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. Yeah, they know I'm a pro. Let's go, let's go.
You get the win this time?
Let's go. If I go, I'm a kid. When I go, I'm a kid. And I know I'm the kid. I'm a soul, don't forget. I'm a flow, up with it. Got my flow so vivid. Here we go, just beginning. Yeah, I throw every inning. Got my flow so legit. All I know is my shit. Here I go, they can win. Post alone in this bitch. Rock star making this. Got guitar in this shit. Leaving scars cause we lit. All these bars that I spit. Yeah.
You're lying to me. I'll be back.
Let's go, let's go.
Whatever your name is, get ready for the big surprise.
You're lying to me. I'll be back.
Let's go. If I know what I want, then I know what I get.
Hey,
if
buddy.
I go, they can win, cause they know I get lit. I'm a pro, not a myth. And my flow got some wit. Never slow, drink a fit. I get hype, I get lit. I stay loose, I stay hype. I stay loose, I stay hype. I stay loose, I stay hype. I could do this all night, cause I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like. Sipping goose, if it's right.
You
And
get
I
me,
go
right?
with the flow.
Con men,
Yeah, I go
thieves,
with the flow.
degenerates,
Yeah, I
lowlifes,
go with
thugs,
the flow.
criminals.
Cause I know I'm the show. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. Yeah, they know I'm a pro.
Who is your daddy? Who is your daddy?
Let's go.
Stop it! Who are you? Who are you? Put this thing away. This is not worth it.
You're my #1 customer.
I've got news for you. You are mine now. You belong to me.
If I go, I'm a kid. When I flow, I'm a hit. And I know I'm the kid. I'm a soul, don't forget. I'm a blow up with it. Got my flow so vivid. Here we go, just beginning. Yeah, I throw every inning. Got my flow so legit. All I know is my shit. Here I go, they can win. Post alone in this bitch. Rock star making hits. Got guitar in this shit. Leaving scars cause we lit. All these bars that I spit. Yeah. Let's go, let's go.
Pikachu! Pikachu!
Yo, what's up, grinders? How you doing?
Pikachu! Pikachu!
Two superheroes, baby! Two superheroes! What a week! What a weekend! Hopefully all you grinders had a great weekend. It is Monday night! Monday night! What's up, everybody? Shout out to everybody coming on in. Grinders, we got a show tonight. We're going to go speed through the Grindsboard, and then we're going right to the Grindstable. My co-host, as always, Frogs Dope Gaming, is waiting right in the lobby. I'm going to jump in, surprise him. He's in the lobby of the Grindhouse. And then we got B-Rap coming on. Enrique from the B-Rap podcast. Brap. I call him B-Rap, like B-Rad. But he'll be coming on. See if he could jump on in, give him something. And he's been lighting up those Twitter Spaces. Those Twitter Spaces are lit.
This is really cool.
And what is up? I'm going to do my shout-outs, and then I'm going to bring on Frogs. I see him waiting. He's in the dog. He's like, "Arr, arr." He wants to get in here. Just wait. Gaming night. Toby Mescal. Everybody, check out. Make sure that subscribe button is working. Hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. We're going to hear Arnold if you hit that subscribe. And if you subscribe and don't hear Arnold, let me know you subscribed in the chat, and I will play an Arnold clip for you. Or whatever clip you want. Gordon Ramsay. You know, or maybe I'll do Sopranos. We'll see. Sam Ash, Gaming Night, Impatient Fire. Yo, what's up? Febreze, smelling fresh, bringing that fragrance of greatness. Who we got? Jedi Johnny.
Whatever your name is,
Holy
get
shit!
ready for the big surprise.
Rolo God just subbed to the Grindhouse. Thank you. It does work. So, thank you very much for hitting that. Got that, Arnold. If you subscribe and that doesn't pop up right there, thank you for the example. Rolo God, welcome to the Grindhouse. If you hit that button and it doesn't do that, you let me know. You tap that Grinds button, let me know, and I'll do it, Arnold, for you. Who else we got here? Jamal King, what's up, buddy? Cactus, how you doing? DeFloyd, what's up, Grinders? C Nation Gaming, yo. Wolf Mustang. Neil, how you doing, man? Max Powers. What's up? How you guys doing, man? We're going to get... Oh, man. Somebody already put the friggin' sirens in the chat. Holy shit. We're going to do them. I know the title, but this has been something I've been wanting to talk about. You know, on the Grindhouse, we talk about this stuff. Oh, shit. What game is this? Vanga Barug. What the hell are you talking about? Rolo God, what the hell is going on there? He says something. I'm playing some Vangabus? The Vangabus? Anyway, Frogs, let me see. Frogs are salivating right here. Let's get Frogs in here. Wait, hold on. Frogs, where are you? And there he is, ladies and gentlemen. The man, the myth, the legend, Frogs Dope Gaming. What's up, Frogs? And he's speechless. Uh-oh.
My dog
There we are.
is barking. That's
There we go.
myself.
The Grindhouse dogs are at their bit. They know we're going to talk about Game Pass. They're ready. Get those Game Pass subscribers at the Grindhouse door. Get them. Frog, stick your dogs on them. They're trying to sell that Game Pass because we just saw greatness with all those great games. Now they're trying to throw a Game Pass at us. Get them. Get your dogs on them. Stick them. Those are the Grindhouse Beasts. Frogs owns the Grindhouse Beasts. If anything gets out of hand or any any kind of door-to-door salespeople come there trying to talk about Game Pass, his dogs get on them. We want to hear that. But Frogs, how are you doing? How was your weekend? Oh man, he's going after his dogs. His dogs are biting some legs and ankles over there. Oh damn. But anyway, so we have a show tonight. I got the Grindsboard lit. We got some stuff going on there. We got we'll go right to the Grindsboard. Playing, man, I've been playing the Aliens Elite Team. Not bad. I'm on my second mission right there. I'm second group. Only thing is like, you know, when you play by yourself, you're playing with the Joes, and they do a pretty good job. But I've been liking the Aliens game, man. They got the atmosphere. I like the variety of the Aliens. Pretty good game. You know, wait for sale, I would say. I got it because my friends got it, and we rolled on it. But, man, when you're playing and organized with people, it is definitely a really interesting game. It's much more better as a dynamic when you have your special abilities. People saying drop the health packs and stuff like that. But Aliens Elite Team, they got a great job with that. And they did add some content to it, a new class. And they added new weapons and stuff like that. So that's pretty good. Frog's got the dogs. What's up, FOMO? How you doing? Lorenzo, how you doing, man? Jamal King, yo. Yo, I do have to say something, though. As a Giants fan, who said it? Was it, let me see. I think it wasn't Buck Roger. Who said it? I forgot who said about my about the Giants, the Daniel Jones. Xbox is the Daniel Jones of gaming. Oh, Jesus. Ain't that the truth? That hurt. That hurt. Who said that? Was that Impatient? Who the hell said that? Just wait. Just wait. You said that. There it is. Yeah. Daniel Jones, man. Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious. The New York Giants. I tell you. They need a clean sweep. Talk about just like we need a clean out of Xbox, there needs to be a clean out of the New York Giants. That Saquon Barkley's still running a little timid. He's not 100%. Oh my God, we didn't hear talk about football, but my goodness, those Giants. And typical Eagles, lights out Eagles, there they go. We're already going to talk about how Hurts is the quarterback of the year and going to be leading them, those Eagles fans are. But Giants typically did what they typically do. Show a little bit of goodness and then just fall flat on their ass, on their face, on their booty holes. So, good luck, Giants. Short week. Going to beat Washington. If Rap gets on here, we're going to talk about some Washington. He's a Washington fan, so me and him can relate as to just horrible football the last couple of years. But my goodness. Yep, hope everybody's doing well. We're going to talk about some stuff, man. Some stuff dropped. We got some over the weekend stuff. Let's go right to the Grindsboard. And Frogs, once he gets his dogs from getting at those Game Pass subscribers at the front door, then he'll come in here and we'll talk. But we're going to go right to the Grindsboard because the Grindsboard is lit tonight. And where is my thing? I always have to look for it because I have all these different transitions. I lost my Grindstable.
Oh, God.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
here.
There you go, Frog.
Here we go.
Did they start biting ankles of Game Pass door-to-door
Damn
sales?
hounds, man. Man, I think my dogs, they know I got a dilemma. And my dilemma is, I gave my son my PS5 and I'm playing on my wife's, but I need another PS5. And I was so desperate to get a PS5, I was like, screw it. If I can get the Halo Xbox Series X, I'll just play that.
What?
And play all the hold on, listen.
What? I get the sirens, Frog. I get the sirens. What the hell is that? That's a compromise and a half. Holy shit.
Hold on. I said if I can get an Xbox Series X, the Halo edition, I would just play my multiplets there.
The Halo edition doesn't make the games any better, Frog.
Wait.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I'll let you talk. I'll let you go.
Just my multiplats. And, whatever, chummy exclusives they throw at me that I like. Now let's play all my exclusives on PlayStation 5 because it's so hard to get one. And then I saw that show and I was like, what the hell am I thinking?
Dude.
What am I thinking?
You need an intervention, man.
I'd wait a whole... Look, 2023.
Phil Scott to him.
I'll just wait. What was I even thinking? My dog...
Dogs woke you up.
One dog bit me on my face. And I was thinking, bit my face, and I had to pluck her, and she's like, Xbox, what? Not in this house.
Dog. Tell you, man, the Grindhouse dogs don't mess up.
Hey, she looked and she said, you gotta fuck. This is my dog. She looked, you got a fucking Series X Taco Bell edition you don't even play. Why would you buy that? And I was like, you know what? You brought me back to my senses.
The dog bit you.
Wait. Ooh, she bit me.
That's it, man. No, the dogs don't take no finesse, man. They're the Grindhouse dogs, man. We got them. Yeah. They come. Yeah, I told you, man. Anybody comes here with that horse shit about great for gamers bullshit, like cheap ass gaming, those dogs get on them.
I give respect to anybody who's playing the multiplats out there in the good games, right? Or whatever they think is good. I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with the people who won't speak up when there's a problem with their primary console not giving them anything that is only on that system. Like,
yeah,
there's a problem with that. And, I can say, people like to call things fanboy this, fanboy that. I primarily play on PlayStation because guess what? I would say 90% of their exclusives I freaking want. And I want so much. And they're good. Whereas, like, and Nintendo's the same. I buy all the exclusives, but man, Xbox, man.
But Frog, you were really obsessed with this Halo special edition,
dude. I
know that you were like triggered when you couldn't get it when they released it. You like those special editions, man.
No, it's not. No, it's not the special editions. It's Halo.
Pony dogs.
Look, it's only as I got that Taco Bell edition because that was a fluke. I don't even eat Taco. Dude, eating at Taco Bell is like liquid diarrhea. I don't.
Yeah, man, I didn't touch that crap.
Yeah, I don't eat that crap. And there's the one time I do eat there, I win an Xbox. I'm like, oh fucking well, I'm never eating there again.
You win an Xbox and take a shit at the same time.
Yeah.
Frog, did you see what I tweeted you? I'm putting it up here. Did you see what I tweeted you?
No, I didn't. Dude,
What?
You know what? Okay, hold on.
Fighting with your dogs? Yeah, let me show you what I tweeted. Speaking of this topic specifically, they said tomorrow, PS5 Direct, September 14th at 12 p.m. PST. All right?
I did.
There could be a public queue after 2 p.m. So there it is. The stock alert has been announced. They hit the sirens.
Yes. I did see it, and I'm going to try to jump in there and get me a digital one because after sitting here playing my wife's digital console, I'm not going to lie. Sony, why didn't you just do a whole bunch more digital than... I understand, but holy shit, man, this digital console looks so much better than the physical, the disc one. Because my son has my disc one, and I'm sitting here looking at this digital one. And just the profile it just looks so much better.
Yeah.
It's just a nicer looking console.
But this is what I'm gonna say. Even that money, forget about the DVD, the HD DVD player.
I don't even play. I don't have discs.
I know, but the thing is, though, is that it gives you the option to either get used games or when those Best Buys and Targets do those 2-for-1. Because everybody, grinders, you know it's coming.
Yeah,
when
it's
it
coming
happens next month.
Next month,
maybe near Halloween, you're gonna get the buy two get one free at Target.
Yeah. Madden's gonna be in that bunch too because that game is trash.
That's usually, oh my god, that's usually where I throw my Assassin's Creed in there. But thank goodness there's no Assassin's Creed this year to waste one of those slots. That's how I got a Cyberpunk last year with that 2-for-1.
What have you been playing? You said you were playing something, but I didn't.
I was playing the Aliens Elite Team. And I've been wanting to get you online so you could screen share and you could check it out because I'm telling you. Dude, it's not bad. It's pretty good. I played with my friends before, man. Not bad.
You know, had a big trip. I came back from Houston. I drove all the way to Houston for some family stuff and good times. Did a little jazz club and all that. Came back from Houston, got back home, and I've been playing Fist.
Oh yes, I've been playing that too, man.
And holy shit, this game is so fun. It's kind of one of these games I kind of wish came in between like a Ratchet and Clank and something because this is what I kind of needed. I think games like this are really good. Get like, hey, buy now, $20, $30 games. It's really fun. The story is iffy.
Yeah, it's a little, yeah.
But the gameplay and just what I'm doing, it's fun. I'm having fun beating these bosses. I'm like, this is challenging, and it's the Metroid. I'm a huge Metroidvania fan.
Yeah, and they're doing it pretty well. Like they're doing it pretty well. It's not as belaboring as going back through everything.
Shout out to Sick Humor. He already platinumed it.
Oh shit!
And now
that dude don't sleep.
That dude he's a beast. Now he's going back and playing the PS4 version, trying to play. That dude is a beast. I was like, dude, and what did he put? 48 hours? 45 hours?
Yeah, 45 hours or something like that. He posted. I was like, damn.
Did you just not go to sleep? Like, shout out to Sick Humor. I'm probably gonna. I don't know if I'm going for the plat. I'm definitely gonna beat this game. I'm having fun. The only thing, funny story. When I got back, Sick was talking about it, and I said, he said, "There's one thing." It was him and Jack Move, I think, and they were like, "Hey, if there's one thing you could change about Fist, what would it be?" And my response was, "Man, I wish I could use the D-pad." And Sick was like, "What are you talking about? You can go into settings." I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. I thought you did. Dude, I've been using a directional stick. I'm like, fuck, man, I hate playing.
Definitely. The platformers with the directional stick, yeah.
Oh, I hate playing with the directional. That's why there's just some games like, what's that game? Is it, No, not Deathloop. I'm thinking about, I got Deathloop on the brain because that's a whole nother topic I know we'll talk about. But what's that game? Death's Gambit? I think you got to use the stick. And I'm like, yo, why can't I use it? Some games you don't, if they're Metroidvania,
but the combat in this is pretty lit. Like the fact that you swap between the propeller and the other hand, and then the third weapon, which I didn't get yet.
I didn't get my third one. I've maxed out all of the other two sections, but I haven't found my third one. I think I'm at a part. There's a boss I'm fighting. It's like a big crab boss, and I think that after I beat him, I get my third one. But I'm having a lot of fun.
Who makes this Blibby TI games? What are they making?
It's a Chinese developer.
Oh.
Yeah. You know, there's a lot. Let me tell you something. It's either Chinese or Korean. I want to say. I'm sorry. I'm not mistaken. It's Korean. I'm sorry, Korean. I will say these Korean and Chinese developers are really doing a damn good job with some of these games. They're really using like the Unreal Engine, and some of these engines are really different because, if I'm not mistaken, one of the games we saw, Project Eve, I think that's a Korean developer too.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what engine is this? Unreal 4?
This is Unreal, yes, Unreal 4. I think.
Yeah.
So I think this is made by Chinese or Korean. Don't mistake if I'm wrong. Somebody correct me in the chat. I want to say Chinese, but it could be Korean developer. But I think that these small games are what we kind of need in between. Like,
it's really
the
cool
bigger
concept.
games.
Like, the fact that these are what he fought in. Like he fought in these mechs, but like all he has from the mech left is this fist. And basically, that's the thing that he runs around with, and it's pretty
so you
cool.
So you got to that part of the story. Where you
well, yeah, because that's the people go like, why the hell is this bunny running around with a fist on his back? And it's because of his mech suit. It's his mech suit.
Yeah.
So like and the story, the voice acting's all right. Like it's not
okay.
It's all right.
All right, yeah.
It's interesting.
What's funny is
it's like Zootopia, man, but they're just like badasses, and he's like it's like Zootopia, and he's like what's his name, Bruce Willis.
Yes, there you go. Well, I think I told you about this. I think it was you. I told that I found something out really interesting in an ecosystem of PlayStation where, since I need to get a new PS5, I have plenty of PS4 Pros around the house because they're limited editions.
You said, not trade them in, man, or sell them.
Hell no, I'm not trading. Dude, I got the 500,000.
Oh no, not that one. But you have the. I had to part ways with my Spider-Man one.
Got the Death Stranding one. I'm not getting rid of that. Got the Star Wars one. I'm not getting rid of that. Got the God of War one. I'm like, I can't get rid of these ones. I gave my Spider-Man PlayStation Pro to a friend who needed a PlayStation, brand new, and so I won't get rid of. And I got one PlayStation Pro that's sitting here. It's just a black one. I might trade that one. So what I found out is when you play games on PS4 and you go forward to PlayStation 5, all your trophies pop, bling, so forth. But if you play that game on PS5, like I started Fist on PS5 and I went to the PS4 and I was like, where's my save file? You can't take your save file backwards. You can only take your save file forward.
Okay.
And I was like, oh shit. So if you're playing on a PS5, you cannot go back to a PS4 and play that game and pop trophies. You got to play the PS4 version first, then pop the trophies on PS5. And I will tell you, this is a good game, but playing it on the PS5 and then going back to a PS4, that fucking frame rate and loading was horrible.
Yeah, Sam Ash says it looks incredible on PS5, and it does. It looks real. I don't know. I didn't compare it to the PS4 because I know you can play it on the PS5, PS4 version of it.
You can play the PS4 version on the PS5, and I'm pretty sure to run better. But playing this game on a PS4 Pro, this game to me, like, it just didn't load.
Does it look that much different?
I won't say it looks drastically different to me. But what I will say is, like, you can tell, like, the textures and everything. It's like an Unreal game. You're like, oh, there's the background loading in, and this looks like mud, and it pops. It looks like, you ever remember Gears of War back in the day when, like, the textures went popping and they pop in all of a sudden?
Yeah.
That's what it does. That's what it does in the PS4. So you can tell that hard drive and just what the PS5 is doing makes a huge difference. And then the load times, it's disgusting on the PS4. It's disgusting. And it kind of made me realize, like, damn, we are in this current generation. There's a big difference. Load times are a big thing. And then, most people think it's not a big difference. They just think graphically, that frame rate and the load times, when you jump into a world and there's all the textures are there and you die, you come back instantly. You go back to your last generation console and you play, you're like, yeah, this game doesn't run that good here. That's why, and I read, somebody was talking about an article, and I don't want to get too off track. Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart to run on the PS4. That game will be utter trash on the PS4. It will be really bad. It would run really bad.
I'd say this game definitely has a lot of, like, the platforming. Not too many puzzles I came across yet. Pretty straightforward.
Just a couple of them.
Yeah, I haven't seen any big ones yet. It does have a good soundtrack, though. I do like the sound of it.
Great.
Awesome
amazing soundtrack.
And ambiance from this is pretty awesome.
Yes. The jazz music, it's really good.
When you get in a jazz club and stuff like that and deal with the Don and stuff like that. So it's definitely like the seedy crime kind of, like, like it's a war-torn kind of battle area, and there's like this group, and it's really interesting story. It's interesting. But they're all animals,
What does he call them? He calls them fur something.
No, they're not furries. I don't know what they're called. They're called something.
He actually talks about them And he represents all the animals, and he's like, you went against the fur.
Yeah, the ferals or something like that. It's Zootopia, man. It's a mature Zootopia, but the music is awesome.
The music is amazing.
Yeah,
and I kind of like what they're doing with it. I kind of hope more smaller games come out like this that kind of like give you something that's like it's a really good in between game, something to play. And I really think that it's really
GDP. What's up?
It's definitely for people. I'll honestly say this: if you love Nintendo games, those old school platforming like Metroidvania type games, this is that type of game.
Yeah.
If you like Castlevania and Metroid, buy this game.
But the thing is that there's combat, there's combos with your fist. There's different abilities, a whole skill tree that you get with each of your weapons. So like, there's a lot of that kind of RPG-esque-ness to it, and you got executions. There's definitely like this leveling up elements to the game as well. It's not just run and you have the same smash. Like there's definitely different strategies, and depending on the different different guys you fight, and even these guys, like the ones with the shields, and then they deal with people that have the shotgun. Dude, like they're tough. Like if you go into a room, like it's like these guys are not just fodder. Like they are there and they're in the way, and combos could rock you.
Yes, this is a game. I don't know if it's ever going to be a multiplayer because I know it's on PlayStation, I think, and PC right now. And then it may come multiplayer.
The Jazz Club, yes, that Jazz Club is awesome.
Yeah, the Jazz Club.
The Jazz Club.
But there's more than the Jazz Club. I won't speak about it, but I'm going to say this.
Yeah, Frog's a little further ahead than I am.
And there's a whole, like, the jazz soundtrack is amazing.
Yeah.
I hope this game does become a multi-plat because I think this is something that
I'm sure.
I think it may. Because I think it's just a launch exclusive right now for PlayStation, but it's a really good game.
Kudos to Sony again for like locking down like these kind of games like this, and Ken is next week. Getting these kind of like next level games where they're not super indie, where they're like, this is indie, but they're like that kind of middle of the road game, like $30, $40, and they're kind of they have like incredible experiences, but they're identifying their quality. And I think that's been a big motif with a lot of their stuff that they identified. And what we're going to talk about is just the quality. That,
Death's Door. I definitely want to play Death's Door.
Well, that I want to do. That's an exclusive to PC and Xbox, right?
Yeah, and I definitely want to play it. I'm pretty sure I'll probably.
So that's
buy
a good game that they got. But I didn't see.
But when I was listening to the developer, they said it was going to be a multi-plat, but it was exclusive to Xbox. So I was like, well, if it's going to be multi-plat, I can wait.
Yeah.
Because there's other games I want to play. So I don't want to bog myself.
I know
down.
Ken is next week, baby. I can't wait for that one. I gotta try to finish this before Kenna comes out.
There's Tales of Arise.
Tales of Arise, man! That's got the top Tales game. Dude, that looks awesome too.
This year has been good for gaming. Jazz. I won't say, and I think I said this on Erica's tweet. There's no standout like king of the crop kind of game to me. Like I think this year's just been an okay game, especially in a console launch year. I think it's been a pretty good year for gaming, but I think next year is going to be the year where we're like, yo, this is probably one of the best years in gaming we've had in a long time because there's a lot of bangers coming out. This year is just a year of like, here's some good games.
They're good. For what it was, man, and what they got out. The only thing in this game, one criticism for this game is that, again, PS5 game where you don't use the adaptive triggers yet. I don't know if it's in later on, but they really don't. The vibrations are there. The haptics are there. But the triggers don't really do anything, and it would have been cool to kind of like shift and feel like the metal fist with the, like if you click it but you can't. I think hitting the trigger to melee and stuff might be pretty fatigued. Like it'll probably give you finger fatigue if you had to do that. But I love my adaptive triggers. But with that, we're gonna move on to the Grindsboard because we got games coming out, games that are announced, and we're gonna go, and then we're gonna go to the big topic because I want to talk about the big topic. So with that. Let's go to the Grindsboard. Let's see if it works. And make sure we get sound. There you go. That's right, Sam Ash. I saw that Deathloop talk. Yep. So we are at the Grindsboard, man. Got some topics. The first topic, yo, shout out to over 90 people watching. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. Remember, I want to hear Arnold. If I don't hear Arnold, then you subscribe. Let me know.
freaking Redfall, man.
Yo, I didn't even put that on here. There will be we will talk about some of that stuff. But man, oh man. So we got topics. We're gonna do these. There's some stuff to talk about. But first, the first topic here we got the PS5. Oh my god, the PS5 heatsink debunked.
Shame on you, Austin Evans.
It's not Austin 316. It's Austin 911. That's what I put in there. Austin 911. Man, he got debunked, turned on his side, slapped that sumbitch sideways, and shoved up the candy ass of real tech people. My goodness, my goodness. So, yeah, this guy did his PR horse shit.
Mm-hmm.
And, dropped off a dozen of Phil Ness donuts, extra Phil Ness cream on the lips. Shit, there we go.
He's a PC guy, right?
Whatever. He's a fucking dope. That's what he is. I don't give a shit. The PC guy.
The only time I know this guy is when he does.
Dude, he's a clown. He's Austin 911. Austin 911. That's him.
Just shame on him though.
Austin needs help. So he took a look at this. The problem is yes, with your two eyeballs. Yes, there's differences. Obviously, if you had any highlights magazines, of course there's fucking differences. Here you go.
Right, of course.
The dumbass then took his iPhone. He took the vents and he showed his little friggin' Toys R Us goddamn heat light, and he's like, "This runs about 6 degrees warmer on the new one than the other one. Well, you'll get some performance throttling, and this is actually the old one is better." And it's like, you take your fucking Toys R Us stupid ass thermometer and shove it straight behind the ass. Because you are testing the ventilation of this, and you're a PC guy. He's talking about throttling and this and horse shit and all this other stuff about like you if you check your PS5 from throttling and all this other shit. And it's like, dude, when you look at me and Salty, shout out to Salty, he's in the chat. What's up, Salty? And we talked about it last week. He's talking PC terms, throttling and all this other stuff. But meanwhile, if you are a PC person, you understand when you have your little numbers in the corner, your numbers are telling you the temperature of your CPU, the actual item directly, not the fan that's coming out of the computer. Right. Nobody's telling you that temperature. You're getting the temperature of the CPU and the GPU, the direct temperatures.
You know what my thought is? Because I did watch the video.
What is he talking about?
My thought was, if it's hotter, wouldn't it mean it's cooling it better?
Well, obviously, Frog. That's exactly what happened. And and so some people came out. They got the two of them. Shout out to this guy right here. The new PS5 is actually better. Hardware busters. Oh, he busted that ass. Austin 911. And he shows his data. Because actually what he did was he ran both of them and tested the internals.
Yes.
Rather than looking at it, which that's fine. Look at it. They're different. That's great. But you talking about throttling and which one is better, that's where we don't give a shit about your opinion because you're wrong.
Right, I watched this guy.
So, so basically the chart here is right here. Basically, see, he does the CPU temperatures, and the CPU temperatures show Austin 911 that the old one is at 51 degrees Celsius, and the new CPU is running at 40 degrees Celsius. And you see the exhaust is right here, 39, just like what you said, Frog. And Salty said the same thing. 39 degrees and 42. So, yes, it's hotter in there because it's doing... But look at the differential. You're talking about almost a 3-degree differential on Celsius here at the exhaust. But look at the output. It's almost reducing it by 11 degrees.
From what I read, from what I read...
It's more efficient.
From some guy... From one of these tech guys that really went in on Austin, it basically said like the new PS5 as far as heat is basically the same as Xbox Series X. It's really no different. They just went in there.
It's not.
They went in and they saved on some copper and aluminum and stuff.
I'm
sure. But here's my thing: we're in the first year of the PlayStation, and of course they're going to try to save money here and there. We always know they did this with the PS2. They did this with the PlayStation 1. They did this with PS3s. Like, did we? Why we? I don't. Is it just this generation or this era of gamers that want something to be clickbaity on? Because I don't remember like maybe like obviously.
Dude.
Obviously we're in an internet era, so things are going to be different. But I just don't get why this is such a big story. It's a new PlayStation.
He got tons of views. Silliness.
What what would have been nice, and this is what I would love to see, like a guy like him do the freaking the failure rate of these new consoles. That would have been interesting to see.
Dude, he talked about the longevity of the console. He's like, "Oh, your console might last." Like, what?
But that's my whole point, Jez. Why don't he do a show on the failure rate of the new Xbox?
Nah, he moves
Series
on to something else. He's probably going to be
PS5.
unboxing Xbox controllers. Midnight Blue.
That would have been more interesting. But you know why he's not doing that video? Because the failure rate is really small. So why would you actually go out there and actually say that? Because this video was titled, I think, like "New PS5 is worse" or something like that. And I'm worried about the longevity, and if your system's going to throb, it's going to reheat. I was like, this guy is...
Salty says that he got flown out to Redmond for special access to the Xbox Series X before it launched. Like Digital Foundry.
So he might be an Xbox guy.
Oh, man, they gave him the Phil Ness juice when he went out there. They said, "Sir, here's a little drink." He's like, "What's in here?" They go, "Don't worry about it. Take a sip." He goes, "Oh, my God, look at all those games you have."
With some Phil Ness cream-filled donuts.
Oh man, they gave him the. They're like, "Hold on, Phil's filling up a couple more glasses in the back," and he's like this. He goes, "Oh, what's this new Xbox? Oh, that shit. Oh, it looks like a box. Like this thing looks stupid." And have a sip, sir.
They probably told him, "Hey, go ahead and take some of those donuts over there. Don't worry, they're glory hole donuts."
What was in that drink? Oh my God! Look at these magnets. This is This is incredible. What a design. I don't want to. Thank you, Austin. Now you can go back. He gave you that Phil Ness juice.
Like an Xbox guy, because I really don't want to do that. I don't want to put it on him and say, "Oh, he's an Xbox and PC guy." But I guess his clickbaity, like new PlayStation 5 is worse. I don't think that was probably the best thing. It would have been best. Hey, how does new PS5 perform? Guess nobody's gonna click on that. So
exactly.
It made it sound
he had it. Well, again, and I think I was listening. I think Sick Humor was saying it too. Like, even Digital Foundry themselves, like, they've turned into just report the numbers like this. And that's why I'm going to put a link to this guy's video. I know Salty did too. Put a link to this guy's video because they deserve the views, because these guys are doing the real tech of it. You know what I mean? The real tech. They're not just looking at shit and making all these dramatic opinions with no kind of and especially talking PC bullshit, when you know damn well you're testing the exhaust, not the CPU. Like you said, I need to run more tests on this, but there's some differences with the heatsink. It looks like they made some cost-cutting measures with the copper and the size of the heatsink, and it is running a little bit hotter outside of the exhaust, but I'm going to have to do some more tests. Follow up in video number 2. Done. Don't run around and saying, "Oh, throttling," and title it "The PS5 old is better than the new," and whatever. Anyway, that's enough for Austin 911 and his Phil Ness drink. And, please, wipe the cream off your face. You got some on you, Austin 911.
Wipe the glory hole donuts off.
Oh, shit, Frog dropped the glory holes. Oh, damn. Yo, what's up, Ice Cream Gaming? I'm Andrew Clay. What's up? Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Oh, hit that. Oh, shit. There we go. He got Phil. Phil left to play Austin. Austin's like,
"Who's your daddy?"
Oh, damn! And Phil's like, "There's something on your face."
You know what? From now on, when I think somebody is just totally fanboyed out for Xbox, I'm not even gonna say they're an Xbox fanboy. I'm gonna say they're a fan of rooftop parties. From
Who are you?
Rooftop parties. They're fans of rooftop
Whatever your
parties.
name is, get ready for the big surprise.
Oh my gosh, man!
I hope this is not true.
He was like,
"That's sad, man. That's so sad because
Oh, Phil got that. He got that yum yum sauce all over his face, dude. I'm telling you, man. Some shit went down when they flew them out to play with the magnets of the Series X. Some shit went down. People got bitter. They got to play with the magnets. I saw the bananas. I saw the cereal. I saw Roland giving out the bananas and cereal and put them in a room and have to play with magnets like the fucking Please Touch Museum and shit. I saw what they did, and they gave him that Phil Ness breakfast juice. And when they left that place, I don't know what happened, but they went wild.
What happened is they all gave him lots of stuff to drink, and they had to use the bathroom. And when they went to the bathroom, they went in that stall. There was a hole, and it said Phil was here. And they're like, "What is that?" Next thing you know, rooftop party.
Put this thing away. This is not worth it.
Oh my god, this shit went wild after fucking topic 1. Oh shit. Oh damn. All right, now I'm going to talk about something that Frog definitely doesn't like, and that's Deathloop. Frog, did you see these reviews of Deathloop?
Oh, I'm going to say this. I did see these reviews of Deathloop. I watched a comparison on, because I guess the PS5 version
Shit's
has
lit.
3 different modes. It has performance, it has a ray tracing, it has a resolution, and then I saw PC, and I saw the videos.
Wait, Frog, wait, Frog. Max Bauer says that wasn't milk in those Cheerios.
Oh my gosh. No. Oh no.
Oh no.
What was in there, Phil Ness?
Put this thing away. This is not worth it.
No.
Oh god.
Yo, what's up, Willie? How you doing? All right, Frog. Yeah, go back to your
What I was
Deathloop
gonna
rant.
say is I saw the reviews, I saw the Metacritic. I didn't really think it was gonna score this time. I'm not gonna lie. I still have no interest in anything Arcane does. I've tried so many times to download freaking what is that Arcane game they made with the freaking
Dishonored too?
I own all 3 of them, and I just can't get into them. I don't know if it's the graphics.
So you watched videos on this? You watched all the stuff, right?
I watched 1 or 2 reviews, and I just can't get into Arcane games, dude. I purchased every Arcane game they've made, and I just don't like their games. All their games graphically seem real similar. They're not. It's like, okay, what did they do? Prey. They did the Dishonored. But here's what I say: like every game to me of theirs looks the same. Like none of their games graphically look different.
Well, that was the thing. Was like them showing. I don't want to see people talking. I want to see the game.
This game doesn't look good to me.
Let's see what they say.
Like, I don't know. For me personally, this game does not look good to me. Maybe, and I just like the whole premise of the game. I'm like, I'm not really interested in it. No,
Deathloop, it says here, Deathloop feels like your first bite of cheesecake after being stranded on a desert island and living off of seaweed for 6 months. Damn.
Who would eat cheesecake after what?
It's just saying it's good, Frog. Oh yeah, we shouldn't talk about cheese after we just talked about that's not milk in your Cheerios. After talking about that, dude, they're like people going wild here. Let's see. Deathloop is. I don't care the scores. Let's look at the numbers. Arcane's greatest hits.
Look, Jazz, I'll say this. I'm really happy they're scoring well, right? Because this is a good bowl for Microsoft. When this game comes to Xbox and Game Pass, I'm hoping people play it. But there again, I have no interest in this game at all. Like I think I said it when they first showed this game.
Yeah, they did show a lot of it.
Yeah, and then when they first showed it, me and you talking about it, I was like, yo,
yeah.
I didn't have any. I had
like
no
I said,
interest in it.
the main thing was I wanted to see more of the co-op stuff. That the person hunting down the other person and how that online thing works. Because that's different from Dishonored,
right? Did you listen to Dreamcast guy's take on it? And his main thing was Dreamcast guy said something that I kind of thought was going to happen. He said, the co-op portion, if you really want to cheese it, you could have your friend jump in there with you, and you can just kill your friend as the girl. I forgot her name. And you can just keep, because if you kill her, you get your 3 lives back something like that. Basically, he said I don't know, I didn't watch it to the end. I just like, every time I look at this game looks like ass to me. I don't know why. It seems like it's the same freaking game world as Dishonored. You know what turned me off this game? When I saw him like teleport and get on top of the roof with his hand, I was like, is this Dishonored?
And yeah,
that's what
I know.
It was.
It definitely is like, it has elements of Dishonored.
Every game
It looks a lot like
it. It looks the same. Like, I have no interest in this game. And you know what? Maybe I'll get it when it's on sale and I'll change my mind, because I probably will buy it because I own everything.
It is on sale, like pre-order. It's $53 with the PS Plus.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a.
But you can get. I think it will drop in price for the holiday.
This game looks like something I buy for $29 at the most. I'd have no I don't know what it is about Arcane's games. Their art style, I just think it looks like shit. I hate their art style. I think their art style to me, and maybe it's just me, their art style and their games looks really generic. Like it doesn't.
What's up, guys?
Yeah, what's up, Link? How you doing, man?
I'm happy.
talking about Frog.
The Deathloop.
Yeah, I'm
Oh
happy.
no, that look like some fire right there. That look good.
Oh,
that
there
game
we
is
go.
bad.
Frog is your anti-hero right there.
I
Link
hate
likes it.
Arcane's games.
Frog
man.
is
They
just
games-
The
ranting about
gameplay looked so
Arcane.
good though. The gameplay looked
Okay,
good.
let me ask you a question. Did you like Dishonored?
No, I didn't like Dishonored.
Oh.
Right?
No.
I think Frog has a problem more with the look of their games, where
I
it
didn't
has
like
this
the
kind of
aesthetic
like.
Dishonored. I didn't like the time period that Victoria. I didn't like that.
It looks
You know
like
what I'm saying?
it looks the same. This looks
No,
the
it
same.
doesn't. This is a more
let
modern.
me phrase that. This looks more 60s, like 60s or 70s.
It's more
I don't know.
modern than the Dishonored game, though.
Yeah,
No,
but
you know
Dishonored
what
was like the
reminds me
time period was like the rats and all that other stuff. Like it was
Yeah,
more of that
yeah,
like
yeah.
When I
early
first saw
times.
this
Plague and all that
game, when I first saw this game, and before they said Arcane was developing, I thought the guys that made We Happy Few were making this game.
Oh,
This
damn!
game looks like shit.
Yeah, I see.
The art style ain't gonna deter me. I'm cool with the
No,
art
you know
style.
what?
You know.
It's not even about the art style. Their gameplay is the same. Like it just looks okay. Look, to me, Deathloop looks like a Dishonored game.
But see,
I just don't like that. I don't like
It
their
don't
game.
look like you need to use as much stealth as you did in Dishonored either. So because I don't
Yes,
like stealth.
that's the one thing I
you do?
like. Like it doesn't look like as stealthy as the other
It
one.
looks more action packed.
Yeah,
but I'm definitely. I already got a pre-order, so I'll definitely be on it tomorrow.
Okay, when you play it, let me know, because if it's a good game, I mean, from a person that I know telling me it's a good game, I think it comes different in reviewers.
Yeah,
But see, you're not a fan of Dishonored. You're not a fan of
No.
Prey. And that
I
makes a
tried Prey
difference.
too. I didn't like that. I didn't like it.
well, I'll let you know. I pre-ordered it too. I had a gift card, so I pre-ordered
I
it.
didn't like shooting a little.
I want to try that
ink squid and
multiplayer.
stuff. I didn't really-
That game was not good. The same with
I
Dishonored.
want to play the
Dishonored
multiplayer.
I didn't like the time period of Dishonored, and I just thought Dishonored looked bad. I didn't think it looked good. Like I didn't think it was a good looking game.
I think I think if you definitely. The thing is, for me, I want to try that multiplayer aspect of it. I like the invasion of games. I like the variability that could happen with this. And apparently, there's 4 different districts. There's different times of day and different weather situations. That
right. There's four different times of day.
And you carry over your weapons. And also, the one thing that I feel like
you carry all your weapons if you get that Residium or whatever it's called. Then you can carry
all
your
the upgrades and stuff.
Games that are interesting.
There's cool, interesting concepts. I want to see the abilities.
You know what it is? Here's the other thing. Somebody said, and this is what they said, and here's the other thing. I don't think Hitman's a good game. I don't think Hitman's ever been a good game.
I think this looks... Hitman is a little dull, though. Hitman needs to be updated.
Somebody said this. They was like, if you like Dishonored, if you like Hitman, I fucking hate Dishonored. I fucking hate Hitman. I think Hitman is the worst gaming franchise. It should have stayed on the PC. Like, you ever get a game that comes from PC to console, you're like, this game just... It's so stiff. Hitman is such a stiff game, and I've always thought like that game has never been a good game.
Yeah,
I don't know why people like that game. Is so bad.
Now this looks this definitely looks like a skin to Dishonored. I think that's the thing that's turning a lot of people off of it. And I think the problem is that they really. I understand it's a loop, but like the thing is that I don't think they've done an effective job. Again, my biggest criticism, even with the reviews, is really talking about the concept of the invasion and the concept of somebody hunting you while you're trying to complete your missions. I think they should have emphasized more about that. Obviously, it didn't matter because they got great reviews, but I feel like that would have been more of the highlight.
And here's the thing,
because that is different than Dishonored. That's the big difference, that you have a co-op against you, anti-co-op.
I will eventually buy this game, right? But right now, when I look at it, I don't look. I am not interested in what I'm seeing. I've not been interested since the moment they showed it.
Deathloop? You talking about Deathloop?
Yeah, Deathloop. Yeah.
And the banter, I like the main character. He seemed pretty cool. Like it seemed like something I'd be into.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I can get it. I think it's something I would play, and I'm like, not feeling this. And then it probably
there's been a lot of loop games, like a lot of kind of loop games.
And you know what?
Returnal
That
and stuff.
also.
I'm digging it. I'm digging it. I like Returnal.
I like Returnal.
I like Returnal.
I'm not a fan of those games, but I like Returnal.
I just don't. For some reason, arcade games don't ever hit with me, man.
They don't, but I'm giving this one a shot. I'm gonna give it a shot.
Give it a shot, man. It's an exclusive. Might as well give it a shot and see what goes on.
Thing.
And it's on sale for $50, like $52.
Exclusive. I want to buy it because it's a good game that I think I'm gonna like. Like I bought most PlayStation's exclusives. Same with Xbox. I buy most of their exclusives, whether they're good or not. And I'm like, ooh, this one was. Dude, I bought Crackdown, and I was like, why did I buy this? Even though I
we
beat
played
it, I was like,
Crackdown.
Yeah, but see, I was a fan of the first two Crackdowns. Well, the 1st
Let's see what Link.
Second
Link,
one,
what do you have to say? So what's Link? Sales.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah, Link.
These bots out here, they claiming victory for this game, even though they can't even fucking play it. But
True.
because it's a so-called first-party studio. But
I'm happy that it's scoring well.
Yeah, I'm interested in the game. I'm going to support Sony's efforts to continue to bring me exclusive experiences I can't get anywhere else. And it looks like an interesting game. So
yeah.
Look,
I was
if you
gonna
just play it. That's when I'll
let you know. I'll let you know.
Yeah, I
if
got to know
it's
some people that I know.
I was gonna get Tales of Arise, but then I was
that's
like,
a
man,
game.
it's very fun. I played the demo, but I'm like, this is a game you're gonna have to sink a lot of hours into. And this month, I just don't think I can do that. So with Kenna coming out, Deathloop. You know what I mean?
This is kind of those games where I think somebody said like early on in the chat, like this is a good like quick play, and then get it done. It's not like those games where those RPGs that you just got to get into and take forever, especially with all the things coming out.
Here's a question. I bought Crackdown 3 because I was a big Crackdown 1 fan. Yeah. So and that's what I say. Like not all because I was a fan of the first one. And when I saw the third one, I was like, man, I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt because part 2 wasn't that bad.
What would you think about that? What did you think about it?
Well,
Crackdown 2 was a very
Frog and I played
game.
a co-op, man. It was not a fun co-op.
Was the destruction what they said it was going to be?
Hell no.
No. There was a bunch of plastic walls.
Crackdown was in the same vein as like Crackdown 3 was in the same vein as some of those later Saints Row games. It was just something you get to play to pass the time. It was graphically cool, but I would say story and gameplay wise, it was cool. Story, it was whatever, and just the whole meta behind it. It was like, wow, it looks good, and that's about it. But it wasn't destruction. It was an average game. It wasn't horrible, but it was an average game. The multiplayer, they hyped that too much. They hyped that multiplayer too much.
You didn't even have at launch. You couldn't even party up with people, right?
Yeah, it was.
You couldn't do party stuff. Yeah,
I'm sick of that Microsoft and these half-ass games,
dude.
Well, you know what, Link? Microsoft. You know what, Link? I was gonna say Microsoft has been doing. I don't know if you noticed, like a lot of way they ship their games, they ship the multiplayer, and like the multiplayer is a separate portion of their single player game. Like
why didn't Battletoads have online co-op?
It was done by a passion project, man. They just didn't do it.
Supposedly the multiplayer. Xbox is the multiplayer console, so to speak.
Right.
That's what they say.
The thing I'm going to say about this, you were saying about people celebrating.
Did you play Bleeding Ass?
Oh, shit, no.
I played Bleeding Ass a few times.
Oh,
yeah.
my God.
And I have to say, Bleeding Ass, the game was too slow.
Yes.
And
the character model was awesome, but the game was
the characters are awesome.
Too slow. And it didn't have enough. It didn't have enough content, and they didn't support the game. They just freaking just dropped it or whatever. And
you just said what I always think. Microsoft does have good games. Like when they came out with what's the game I played with the little white dog. I thought that game was amazing, and they didn't support it. They didn't really advertise it, and they just threw it in Game Pass. And Part 2 came out, and it just went and came, and nobody really talked about it. What's the game with the little dog, the white dog? Oh God, I'm drawing a blank here. Ori.
As a dog?
Yeah. Well, it looks like a little white dog to me, like a little. I don't know what kind of animal it is.
Let me just say the thing about this Deathloop stuff, and just to close the thing on this, like we're gonna play it. I'll let you know, what's good and bad. And I think the main thing is, and this is where I think the gameplay itself looks interesting. The aesthetic. I understand, take it or leave it the way you like it there. But I think the main thing is, just like Returnal and these type of games, it has to do with the variability that happens. Because if the loop is not fun, then this will be dropped pretty quick. And I think that's where I'm waiting to see. Because if the same guy's standing in the same place and he's just a different skin and they're standing there and every time I go through, he's
in
just
the same place every single
now
time.
I'm going to be like, what's going on? Because they did say the AI is not that great, which I'm like,
Nope.
okay, well,
In the same place
how you get
every
100 out of
time.
100 if the AI is not that great?
The only time they change is at different parts of the day, whether it's evening or night. But if you go in the daytime, they're always going to be in the same place in the daytime.
Yeah,
or
see,
at nighttime or the evening. So that's
we will see. Yeah,
I might say little white dog. Hey, look, I didn't know what kind of creature that was in that game.
Like
I thought it was a little tiny, like little kind of puppy or something. And
that banger recoil. Oh shit, Jesus!
But awesome
the one thing I
game.
want to say, because I know there's been some
Well,
Twitter
Rich
Spaces and stuff like that on this game, like Xbox fans are celebrating, and you know that this is an Xbox game. This is the thing, okay? I'm going to tell you right now, this game scoring so high is going to put pressure on their next game, which I think is Redfall, isn't it?
Wasn't it Redfall, isn't it?
Oh, damn, no, it isn't. See, the
It's
thing is,
Redfall.
yeah, see, and now this is the thing I'm going to tell you right now.
Damn,
And
Redfall
people
was bad.
don't want to acknowledge this, but you can't just, like, people just think like they own Bethesda. Microsoft had nothing to do with this game. And actually, I shame on Phil for not identifying. If he was interested in buying Bethesda and getting Bethesda games, why wouldn't you lock this game down and outbid Sony if this is something you want? How did you let this go? This is what I'm going to say. Oh, you're buying it now.
Are we buying?
Yeah.
But here's a question for both of you, and here's another question, because I got two more questions, and I think these are kind of first. Is this game gonna sell just because it's on PlayStation? That's the first thing. I don't think it's gonna sell really big. I think it's gonna be, no matter the scores, I don't think it's not everybody's type of game.
Yeah.
So I don't think this is gonna sell really big. I'd be surprised if it sells kind of close to Returnal numbers, which I think it will do. Returnal numbers, I think it's gonna do, maybe half a mil easy. Here's the other thing. When you see a developer and you constantly get their games, you're just not feeling their games, are you inclined to buy that developer's feature? Like you see what I'm saying? Like, Arcane has never impressed me with any game. So I'm like, I guess my whole thing is like, if I have a developer, I will try their games a couple of times and see, but man, I've never been impressed by anything they've made. So I have no, it's not like you see a freaking a Sony Santa Monica or a Playground Studios, you see what I'm saying, or Nintendo Studios, and you're like, geez, man, whatever they put out is good. But like, I've never been impressed with Arcade's games, and so maybe I'm the kind of person I give them less of a chance.
Here's the next one.
Nothing's impressed me.
Yes, these are pre-alpha screenshots, but when this comes out and people are gonna be like, "This is the B team." It's the B team.
Oh my
dude.
God,
So like, this is the thing,
dude.
and I'm not gonna say live or die by these captions of this. This looks very bad.
That looks like a worse version of Cyberpunk.
Yeah, and they'll say pre-alpha, but you know what? This whole early in development stuff, I know this wasn't meant to be shown and all these other things, but like,
yes, you know what, Matthew Robinson, I agree. Bethesda's going to put even less effort when it comes to Xbox. It's going to throw it in the Game Pass and say it's there. And that's my problem with games like this that score well. You figure, even if it's on PlayStation, okay, PlayStation right now has it for whatever amount of time. When this game comes to Xbox, advertise it. We know you're going to throw in the Game Pass, but advertise it. Make people want to play it. But better being in Game Pass, people are like, it's another $1 game.
Yeah. See, the thing is if you want to talk about this, and I've noticed this thing, right? So you had Hellblade.
Damn, this game looks bad.
Yeah. So you had Hellblade, right? This is something just to keep in mind. Hellblade from Ninja Theory, not owned by Xbox. Hellblade, right? They get purchased by Xbox underneath Microsoft's helm, of that. Xbox Game Pass Studios releases Bleeding Ass. All right? Then you have Outer Worlds by Obsidian. That is nothing, not even touched by Microsoft. That was somebody else. Then you got Grounded underneath Microsoft from Obsidian. We don't know about the other ones. Then you have now Deathloop under you're botting Link you're botting. Yeah, botting still. I have to log out of Discord. The next one is you have Deathloop. Microsoft didn't even touch this game. This has nothing to do with them. And shame on them for not locking down this kind of game, especially how well it's reviewing, because they need that. Then you have Redfall. Not saying Redfall's bad, but it didn't give a good first impression. And this is the other thing about Redfall, and I didn't have it on the topics list. The problem with I have about Redfall is that yes, it sucks that it sucks that the Redfall screenshots.
Sam Ash said the game looks like a Dollar Tree game.
Oh Jesus, Dollar General. But like the thing is that it's not. It sucks that the screenshots released, right? And people got to see pre-alpha and not its best light. But I blame again Xbox and Microsoft for the poor marketing. You have E3, and we're going to get into this. You have E3, you have the time to show, and you show an overtime 3.5, 4 minute trailer for this game Redfall as an announcement with no indication of what kind of game it is, nothing about any gameplay or in-engine. It was a pure CGI thing. It was a movie. Well, like, I don't know what the hell this game is. And I remember when I watched that E3, I was like, you know what? This is like what they do for like League of Legends or some shit. They show these incredible cinematics, and then the game is like a top-down game for ants. A little top-down shooter bullshit thing. And they do this stuff, and they have this incredible battle, and it's just CGI. It doesn't do anything. I blame them for not setting expectations there. Like, this is Redfall. This is what it looks like. A Borderlands game with vampires. Here's some gameplay. We had a bunch of people playing it. Go. Instead, they show a 4-minute movie about it, and now that puts people with a question mark because it's a new IP from Xbox Studios. It's in the news. You want to brag about Bethesda? Well, here it is. And you, again, like Halo, like your other games, you hide it. You hide it. Don't see Craig. Don't show it. You hide your games. You create anticipation. And then when shit leaks, it's not what people want, and they're disappointed. And now, yes, that does look horrible. And now the question mark is like, I hope this game looks better, instead of being like, wow, that's an incredible looking game. The problem is with their marketing. You could get away with that with a known IP possibly, like with a Fable, but even a Fable for Playground Games, maybe even Wolverine. Okay, well, Wolverine, it is what it is. We've seen Spider-Man, but like a new IP, even Contraband. New IP, you need to lock down what this game is and what you'll be playing. And if it's not ready to be shown in any aspect of gameplay, then you don't show it. And the other problem is Redfall. 1 second.
Thank you.
The other problem is Redfall is slated for summer 2022. It's not even one of these games that's 3 years out or 2 years out. It's coming in the summer, and you show 4 minutes, uncomfortably long video of a game we have no clue what it is. And now it leaks. Shame on you for not setting expectations on the E3 show.
I guess all we can say is let's hope it doesn't come out near Horizon Zero Dawn because it's going to get stomped.
Oh, we will talk about that. That's the big topic for the thing. Not even just that, but just the borrow time that they're on. But yeah, like the thing is that we need to see what all these studios are capable. We know what some of them are capable of. We know Obsidian. We know Bethesda's what they can do. Now with this game, Deathloop, coming out tomorrow, we've seen Arcane get one of its highest rated like games, like pretty high. I think the other Dishonors get pretty high reviews, like 88s and stuff like that. But this is pretty damn high for this game. And the fact is that you spent $7 billion. And the best game coming out of Bethesda so far is a PlayStation exclusive for not even $1 billion. Like, Sony didn't have to own Bethesda. They didn't have to sit around and circle jerk with Pete Hines and friggin' what's his name? Sit around and do that. They didn't have to do any of that stuff. Instead, Sony just went out and said, that game looks awesome. We'll help you build it. You're ours, exclusive. And guess what? They did that with Wolverine. They're doing that with Final Fantasy 16. They did it with Kenna. They did it with Fist. Sony's going out there identifying games. KOTOR. Exactly. Yeah. Sony's going out there doing this stuff. They're not sitting around, opening the checkbook up, going, look at me, Daddy Warbucks.
Because this is the deal. The game, they're not going to sign a deal unless they can put the game in the Game
Pass. That was the point I was making on the Teams thing. Yeah.
What is the budget gonna be? What is the budget gonna be for a game with that type of deal when you're not selling it? So
exactly.
I mean,
that's the other thing.
You don't have to sell the game. What is the incentive to get quality? What is the incentive to put a good quality product in there when you're not selling it?
Yes,
exactly. And also too, like, Link, how much is the investment? Yeah, Frog.
I was gonna say in Link, you made a good point. They're not gonna do it unless they can put in Game Pass. And if you watch and listen to some of these bigger developers, like the 2Ks, like, you know, guys who make we're not putting anything from Rockstar in Game Pass day one. It's not going to happen. We're not doing that. They know it doesn't make
There's
sense.
no way to recoup. There's no way to recoup your budget. It's impossible. If you're making a $200 million game, you cannot do that.
So people should expect
it's
Xbox to come out with these $200 million games.
But the thing is, like, people say, "Oh, Microsoft has so much money," and they do. But at a certain point, you can't just keep throwing money. You have to start making
exactly. You can't just open up your checkbook and be like, "Look how much money I spent on Bethesda." And I see people touting that as like Microsoft is like, look at all the great things they're doing, paying $7 billion, and it's like, well, $7 billion and no games, and yet like. That does nothing. Like that just shows that they could spend money. But they spent money on Ninja and Shroud and threw all that money at Mixer and marketing and all that other stuff. And look where that guy went. So it doesn't show. You can throw all the money you want, all the money at Windows Phone. They bought fucking Nokia, the company that built cell phones when cell phones were the starting point. They were the cell phone company, and they couldn't succeed in phones even with Nokia as a purchased company. Under Microsoft belt, they couldn't do anything with phones. They threw money at Mixer, and then that didn't work, and they say, hey, let's pay Shroud and Ninja to stream here. Maybe they will do. They're so shallow, and this is the problem I have with them, is that just by them spending money and buying up studios does not mean it's going to yield great games. And when we see what Game Pass is the focus, we don't know what these games are going to look like. Case in point, Halo. They didn't have to buy. This is just their game. If they're going to do this to their friggin' big franchise, what do you think they're going to do to Redfall and Contraband? And what do you think? Well, Contraband's not even theirs. But, like, what do you think they're going to do to, like, you know, Avowed? Like, nobody has any expectations for Avowed. They didn't show any gameplay of it. But, like, if they're going to do this to Halo and say, hey, co-op you had for the last 20 years, no, it's not coming now. You do that to Halo, what the hell are they going to do to friggin' all those other games? Perfect Dark, who the hell knows?
Because there's no passion behind it. They don't care.
Shallow,
as long as they can add, it's all about putting content in that service. Doesn't matter what the quality of it is.
Yeah,
you know,
Halo.
It's just a bullet point. That's all it is.
Exactly,
it's something they check off.
It's just a checkoff box. It's like, oh, we got a December game? Okay, good. We got November game? Okay, good. Well, what's it coming in like? I don't know. Do we have the game there? It's going to be clickable? Yeah, okay, good. And
guess what? It's in the service. We fix it later.
Exactly. And that's the other thing. And that's what you see Redfall. Everybody's like, it's pre-alpha and stuff like that. But you want to know what? I see where it's going from here, because Halo was alpha last year and it was delayed. And now it seems like we're still in a fucking alpha this year. Like, I think it's an excuse. And my problem I have to every goddamn person out there that says this, it's a service game. You know what? A service is supposed to be a good thing. Don't make service the excuse for why shit's missing or why shit is not there or why quality. When you hear service, quality should be there. Quality service. Just tell me it's a service. How many services would you pay for a person to clean your house and they shit up all the carpets? Are you going to bring that service back? Or the person goes, hey, I'm $100 for a service. They come over here, they just do one room. They go, I'm going to have to come back tomorrow. That's another $100. I'm like, what the fuck? You're supposed to do the whole house for that. Service. Jump tomorrow. A service, and there I see these excuses, and it's just like, well, the game looks. It's somebody told me when I showed that Redfall shit, they're like, it's a service game. I'm like, is the textures the service?
So it's supposed to look like Perfect Dark on N64.
Exactly.
That's what we're gonna.
What are they gonna do? They're gonna add textures in fucking season 5. No
textures.
Exactly. What are they gonna say? Like, hey
that's
guys, we heard you.
Even if that's pre-alpha, it's unacceptable. Because I've seen pre-alpha footage for other games, and they don't look like that.
But it even looks at what it is generic, and also like the way they have to. It's a Borderlands with vampire. It's like, you know what? Show us. okay? And not show us with leaked screenshots. Like, you announce the game, you show the game. It's not ready. And I'm gonna go through, I've been through this already, where like you look at what Sony showed. You saw the God of War. Remember, everybody's like, oh, you got hyped over a God of War logo. Well, guess what? You saw gameplay. See how Sony's showing the progress to the games. Did you see gameplay to Avowed? Did you see gameplay to Hellblade 2 that was announced in 2019? Did you see gameplay to Everwild that was announced in October of 2019? Did you see anything? No, those games are forgotten about. And guess what? Aaron Greenberg is rubbing his hairy ass fucking nipples telling you that he's going to E3. We're going to Gamescom. We're going to Tokyo Game Show for the last 2 fucking years. And guess what? What about Avowed? You have all the you get all fucking hyped up that you're having a show, and then you got to tell people, well, it's not going to be new stuff. Then what the fuck you going to the show for? To tell me about the mountains and goddamn the flight simulator? To tell me about content dropping for State of Decay 2 and Sea of Thieves, the fucking housefly that won't die? Stop it. Stop it. Those are not showpiece things. Just like with Sony showing Rainbow Six bullshit. But guess what? They have the backup plan. They had the Wolverine and the Spider-Man to wash our palate of that bullshit. Microsoft don't have the palate. You walk in tasting shit. You leave tasting shit because they don't have a palate cleanser.
Yes. I don't know if people realize
Apple
this.
has said that so many times.
But listen, I don't know if people realize this. They still haven't put out a game of the caliber of the stuff that we got last gen on PS4 with PlayStation, with their next gen offerings. They are behind so far when it comes to they're not showing off any graphical showpieces. They're so behind when it comes to I mean, you got games like Redfall looking like N64. Oh. They're going backwards.
Yeah,
I don't.
Yeah.
You're right, and that's the biggest problem too. It's like, this is not something that just happened this year. You know, this is the stuff that we've been waiting for 3 years from now that people said they're all in on next generation. We are in 1 year in next generation, and this is the stuff, and we're still waiting. And when we see it, and this is the point I was trying to make, people are like, we got Perfect Dark. I'm like, wait till you see Perfect Dark before we champion it, because I don't know what a Perfect Dark looks like with that dirty ass clapping booty running these studios. I swear to God, where is fucking Booty? That is the only stinky ass booty that I want to see. I don't want to see Phil. I don't want to see Ori ass Greenberg. I want Matt Booty to stand in front of a goddamn camera and explain himself. What the fuck have you been doing for the last 2 years? Why is Phil doing interviews with Venezuelan governments about streaming sticks and Matt Booty, the director of games, clapping in the background without fucking doing, where is the games? Herman Hulst comes out like a fucking pimp going, you know, we got the games. He sounds like the guy from fucking Banana Way. He's like the guy who comes out, he's like, you know, we got the games, Chico. We got the fucking games. Let's play the games. Like, he comes out all tough. He has fucking, like, his shirt's all ripped open and shit. He's like, you'll play here and nowhere else. He dies. That booty fucking bitch ass clapping in the thong somewhere. Where the fuck is that booty?
Time to play the game.
He comes out, like, he rips open his shirt, he pulls out the water bottles, like, and Jim Ryan comes out, he's like, I've been cooking in the kitchen all day. Wait a second, here comes Triple H, head Hunter Hulst. And he comes out and he's like, it's time to play the games. I was on the yachts with my ladies, and now I'm here. That guy's on fucking vacation photos, and he's bringing out quality games. Right. Matt Booty must be fucking ankle deep in 343's asshole to figure out what the fuck is going on over there. That guy hasn't come up for air. Where's the booty? Where's the booty? Where's his brother Harry Booty? Where are they? Where's the fucking booty? I haven't seen, E3 came and went. Where the fuck's the booty? Where is he? He's supposed to be running 23 studios. Dude got a full plate. Where is he? Where's the excuse? Where's the quality? Who is checking this shit? Who okayed Craig? Who okayed that bullshit of an E3 conference? Where are they? Pause. I ain't fucking drink.
Look, let me tell you something. I honestly think that, and this is like I said to you before. I said, I really want a Halo Xbox Series X edition because I love Halo. But after watching that PlayStation show, I was like, damn. As much as I want one, I really, really just want to get another PS5 because I know what's coming and I know it's going to be good. Their studios, like somebody said, hey, does I can't remember if it was, I want to say it was Meds or somebody. What's that game's? I think that guy's name is Meds or Mods or whatever his name. He asked if like Xbox had any quality studios, quality developers. I said, under Xbox as of right now, they haven't shown me what they're making, but as far as them making games, of course, Bethesda can have some good games come out. I'm not going to deny say they don't make some good games, and there's franchises of theirs that I like. I love the Fallout and the Elder Scrolls series, but I have to see what that becomes under Xbox. If it's
exactly,
hey, if you play it here and it's like we're going to add this portion later, and this portion, you got to pay for. I don't know how I feel about that. Other than saying, I may, excuse me, I may want to play. Yeah, I may want to play the game, and I agree. Somebody said, hey, I'm buying a PS5 because after that showcase, even though I'm a primary Xbox gamer, I want to play Wolverine. I want to play Spider-Man. I want to play this. I want to play that. I can only play it on this console. I would do the same if Microsoft was producing content.
Oh, we all would.
Yeah, and that's what I think.
Listen.
That's what I want. Most people want.
Sony has one studio that's putting Microsoft's whole
shame
first party offering to shame.
Oh my God,
which is Insomniac.
I agree.
Insomniac, dude.
So
Insomniac
just
their level of
grind it. I'm just gonna play a clip from Herman Hulst.
More games than...
Yeah, you could go. Well, get it, Link. I didn't get the clip yet.
No, I was just saying, like,
how much did Sony pay for Insomniac again?
Like 200 and some million.
You know what I'm saying? And Microsoft paid what, $7 billion?
$7 billion for Bethesda,
the money
and their leather fucking jacket.
Gotta have the talent. Gotta have
$7.
The talent.
Do you think Deathloop is $7? Do you think Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo are $7 billion?
No.
Like, Sony got the finesse on them just by getting the game. And this is where I said this on Planet Xbox. I was like, why is it that Microsoft, why is the mentality that they got to buy studios in order to give you
because
games?
They're trying to fill that Game Pass.
I don't understand it.
They've committed to Game Pass, so they're trying to fill Game Pass with as much. They're all about quantity, not quality.
Well, the problem is you could
wrong.
do both. You could buy studios, and Sony's doing it. You could buy studios, and then you could also do partnerships to bring games to the gamers. And this is the main topic. We're gonna get to it in just a little bit, but I just want to play a little clip from this badass Herman Hulst. Look at this guy.
I'm Herman Hulst, head of PlayStation Studios.
This guy runs all the studios. All right, comes out, pop-up collar. Chest hair oozing. He has more hair than Craig. Coming out with sleeves rolled up, just going, you got to play the fucking games. Watch. He's just a badass.
PlayStation Studios, at its heart, is a diverse and passionate group of storytellers at our collective of AAA studios all across the globe. Everything we do is driven and inspired by storytelling. As creators, PlayStation 5 gives us the opportunity to push the boundaries of storytelling.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Our world-class development teams at PlayStation Studios have already delivered such incredible gaming experiences for PS5, and we're only just getting started. As you'll see today with the lineup of exclusive games coming for PlayStation Studios, we're going to continue to drive innovation, advance gaming, while always embracing the legacy of PlayStation and creating games that matter. Games that you're not going to find anywhere else. Enjoy.
Damn. Dude, when that guy shows up to your game studios, your ass cheeks clinch. It's like, oh shit, Jean-Claude Van Damme's coming. He's like, I'm going to look for quality. Yo, when Matt Booty comes clapping in the streets, they probably throw fucking eggs at him. You go, look at that fucking dope. He thinks we're going to get the game out this summer? Ha! Throw some fucking eggs at Matt Booty clapping in the streets. Comes over like a fucking clown with his goddamn honking horn. Where is Matt Booty? Where is the booty? They probably
You know
all
what's
laugh in
sad?
the corner going, hey, his name is Booty. Hey, like, why? This guy comes out there, and he's like, look at this fucking shit. These fucking games only played here.
You know what's sad is there are a lot of people who love the Xbox ecosystem. They love playing on the console because of the controller. But I don't think that initially there's a lot of people who play on Xbox who love it just because of the massive amount of IPs that they don't get to play. I think they're kind of like, oh, I bought it. No, there's a lot of people.
Somebody said that Herman speaks while doing the perfect.
What I was going to say is there's literally a lot of people who play the same games I play. They just play them on Xbox. And it's unfortunate because they're not getting the stuff that they want. Just like we say all the time, I'm not anti-Xbox. I'm anti-Microsoft. Like, because they're not giving me the stuff I want. You know, you're constantly not giving me the stuff I want.
They're not.
Nah, man.
And people, you know, it's not even about being fanboys. It's like, man, and me as a gamer, damn, when I hit Microsoft with a tweet. I don't know if you saw my tweet, and I said, you know, the way
Phil
Sony
reads
did
everything.
the way Sony did that, the way Sony did their little presentation, it made me excited, and I want everybody to do a presentation like that. I want Nintendo, because it's good for gamers as a whole, but I don't think we'll get any of that from Microsoft again because they're so invested in the Game Pass that Game Pass is everything. Anytime you hear anything about Microsoft, Game Pass comes along with it. They're not interested, like you said before, in selling you the hardware. They're interested in selling you the service because apparently it'll get to a point where if they can sell the service enough, they don't have to sell hardware. They can just stream it to you. So
Exactly.
You know, I think there's a different position that Nintendo and Sony want to take with their gaming. And where Microsoft is like, well, we got the money. We don't have to worry about it for our revenue for this because this is a small portion of what Microsoft does. We make our money elsewhere. Where Sony's like, hey, this makes us a lot of money. And Nintendo's like, look, we only do this. So the reality is we need to be good at this. I think that's why PlayStation and Sony and Nintendo and what they do, I think that's why they're so good at it because they're very invested in what they have to do as far as gaming because it's important. Whereas Microsoft is like, this is basically like, what do they call it? This is a passion project. If it's good, it's good. If it's not, oh well.
I know. Well,
it never used to be like
dude,
that when they were home.
I was gonna say, I had to like choke up because I was laughing so hard when what the hell was it? Max Powers says that. He says, oh my god, Max Powers, I've been cracking up. He says that Herman Hulst, what the hell, I missed it because I was looking for something. He says, Herman Hulst speaking while doing the perfect splits. Because I said he's like Jean-Claude Van Damme. Dude, I just had this image, like, I got the exclusive, ready? They interviewed Herman Hulst and they pulled the camera back. And he was like this. He pulled the camera back on it doing the interview. He's like split between two chairs announcing games. Oh, fucking idiot. He's like, you got to play these games anywhere, exclusively. Herman Hulst was doing splits while he was making that announcement. Booty's fucking bent over, head in the sand, fucking face down, ass up. Goddamn, with their studios. Fucking Herman Hulst is coming out here with no shirt on, with a fucking split, going, "You go to play the games here. I tell you, fucking quality. I give you quality." I want to see the next showcase. They interview Herman Hulst and then they pull the camera back and he's in a split between two fucking dude, he's doing a split between two PlayStation 5s. He got two PlayStation 5s there.
Like Jean-Claude Van Damme. Oh man, somebody gotta make that meme.
Dude, Grindhouse, you got homework.
PlayStation 5.
I want Herman Hulst's photo. That's gonna be my thumbnail for next week's show. It's gonna be Herman Hulst with a thumbnail of a Jean-Claude and two PS5s. Oh my god, I can't. Oh my god. Oh shit, we're on topic 3. Fucking holy shit. Alright. Oh my god, I gotta calm down. I'm fucking. My voice is gonna be gone, dude. You fucking crazy. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. We're gonna keep going. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, I'll get you. Oh, I can't move on. Oh man. Oh no, I can't do that. Oh man, you're fucking that booty's like the goddamn ostrich.
What's the next topic?
Oh yeah, I don't know what the next topic is. Hold on. Oh my god! Suppose I made people spit out their coffee, dude. Oh my god! Oh, all right. Oh shit! Oh my god! I shouldn't have stacked these back to back. I didn't know Deathloop was gonna go that way. Oh my god! So the next topic, trigger words. Put the kids to bed. Trigger words. So did you know that the Halo Flight 2 was announced during the Sony showcase? Bueller?
No, I didn't know that.
Bueller?
Didn't even know.
Anybody?
Nope.
Max
I don't
killed
even
me.
care.
Dude, Max Powers killed me.
So now is this one for everybody?
This one now, supposedly.
The open one?
No. This is for the same people who are in the Master Chief Elite Club for the first one. This is now, you're going to get a re-invite now for the second one, where you'll be able to play big team battle and against people and arena. So,
why am I not invited? I thought if you were in the Xbox Inside,
I didn't get the I didn't get the invite yet. But
no, I didn't.
But they took the opportunity to announce this like 20 minutes into the PlayStation show. I was on Twitter seeing the reactions, and I'm like, why would you announce this during the show? Like, is this like under the rug news? Like, you just hoping that like nobody finds out? It got 17,000 likes, so obviously people found out a roundabout way. But like, they announced it the same time. You got to be fully registered by September 13th. What?
No. I heard somebody like there was a loud boom in the background.
Oh no!
So I forgot what that was.
I didn't
okay.
So yeah, so like this one, you're gonna do big team battle. You'll be able to do you'll be able to fight against people in arena mode. So this is the one, I guess. Apparently, there's been a data leak too that there's been 23 maps, and the modes they're shipping with a big team battle and arena. Like that's it. So yeah, it's a service, right?
Wait, two modes. That's it.
That's what they're saying. Like, they had these two modes. The only two modes they've shown is just big team battle, which has the vehicles, and then just combat 4v4. I think it's
I'm
4v5.
not surprised. They're gonna drip feed all the content over the next several months.
Of course, seasons 1, 2, 3, 4. But yeah. So
honestly, go ahead.
No. I think I've spoken enough about Halo. This thing's coming in hotter than hell's fire. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna run through that campaign. I may give the multiplayer a try, but it doesn't look like something that's gonna this free to play model with all this stuff that's not included.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what leaked. But let me see. Public flighting. Let me see if there's anything on here. Oh, let's see if anybody frequently asked questions. Like, what the fuck is wrong with this? Like, where the fuck's the rest of the game? Let's see. Halo Insider Assets. I'm just trying to see if anybody asked about infinite flight delay now. Somebody data mined it. They came up with, here it is. Is this? Oh, this is just a tweet, though. I'm trying to see if they gave the details. That's what's in it. Oh, Here we go. I found it. Oh, shit. Just as my voice was getting better. Oh, man. All right, here it is. All this went down during the Sony Showcase on September 9th. Hey, next one's coming. We need everyone's help. Let's see how hard we could push our service and infrastructure so things will fall down during the preview instead of in December. Oh, Jesus. Bots will be back with some improvements. Academy, that great game mode, will return some updates in addition to training mode. There will be much bigger focus on arena PvP this time, including a new map and some objective modes. Big team battle is also on the menu. For now, we urgently need as many insiders that signed up and ready to go by September 13th. It takes a fair amount of time to work through all the other steps on our side. So, there it is. This all went down on September 9th. We were talking Wolverine and Spider-Man. This guy's talking about flights.
Didn't even hear about it.
I know. I don't know why they decided to do that. Yep, anyway, there it is. Sign up. They need your help. Goddamn, send FEMA down there, too, with them. They're a mess. They need our help. They need our help, everybody, to develop these games. Well,
jeez.
They need some support there. So sign up if you haven't. But yeah, oh my goodness. But that game is we'll see. I'll get some playing. We'll see how it is. I would definitely want to try Big Team Battle. That's my favorite mode. So we will see how that goes. But the next topic here is oh, Jesus. Yeah, so my tweet about, I saw a lot of, we're going to talk now into the fallout of that PlayStation Showcase. What happened after the showcase? We talked about what our reactions were to it. But the outpouring of superhero, we need a superhero talk to Xbox, and I'm glad a lot of people did call out Xbox because, like I said, and this is the topic we're going to get into, is that, the thing is that the more Sony does of this stuff, gets these deals, the more pressure people are going to look at Xbox going, well, where's yours? And if you go back to look at Phil Spencer quotes, dude, he was saying, we're not trying to do what the blue and red did. And everybody looked at it as like, oh, see, people like that stuff. And you got to remember that's why it always grinds my gears when I see that stuff and I'm like, dudes, this is where you got to snap back. Like, you got to be like, no, Phil, shame on you. No, we want that. Instead, people celebrate the dopey-ass guy, kumbaya, roast some marshmallows, pass the chocolate and the graham crackers, and don't realize what he's really saying and how that's going to impact you. Get a link.
Why in the world, why would Marvel hand over one of their valuable IPs to Microsoft when they don't really have a studio that's proven they can even do it?
Well,
and then are they going to foot the bill for it? Because these games are not cheap. So, they don't have the track record when it comes to developers, and their business model doesn't fit with spending that kind of money on a AAA game.
I know
that they are not going to be able to recoup the cost of. So I don't expect them to have anything like that on that platform, unless it's multi-plat. If it's Warner Brothers with some of their DC stuff, yeah, we'll get that. But as far as Microsoft having an exclusive, I don't see it happening. And people who are saying, "Oh, well, Indiana Jones is our superhero," no.
That's
Indiana
another.
Jones is not a superhero, and that deal was signed before Microsoft bought.
Whatever happened to that game?
It was announced, and that's what I mean.
It,
Nobody clarified the exclusive.
That game was announced before Microsoft purchased
Bethesda.
So for all we know, that game may still be multi-platform.
They never came out and clarified it. You go to Sony's blog and it says KOTOR is a console exclusive. Console launch exclusive, I think they put on their thing. They said
it may come other places, but the fact of the matter is that it was on a Sony stage, and everybody knows KOTOR for Xbox.
It's
I think
going to be on the PlayStation console first,
right?
And they, people are saying, "Oh, it's going to launch day and date on PC." That has not been confirmed.
No.
So it's going to be on the PlayStation.
Oh.
What happened?
It'd be on Xbox.
There it goes.
Sony funded it and they're publishing it. So
yeah,
Sony funded and published it. So I mean,
and that's the thing, Link. But like Jess said, Sony didn't have to go out there and buy a whole company to do this. They just said, "Hey, we'll partner with you. We'll help you develop. Publish it. We'll publish it for you." My whole thing is like, this game is known for being an Xbox game. Like when I saw KOTOR, I was like, "Holy crap! This was." I think KOTOR. I think Xbox. And I just and the fact that BioWare is not involved, I'm like, holy crap. So I guess
Right,
my
because
whole thing
Lucas,
is
yeah, because
no, go ahead.
Lucasfilm owns that IP. So I mean, you know,
So
Yeah.
I mean, I think it'll be on multi-plat eventually. It will come everywhere, but I think the fact that it got announced on a PlayStation presentation, I think that
but
kind of
look,
says something. That
but
says
look at
something.
this. But look, Final Fantasy VII was supposedly a 12-month exclusive. It's still not on PC or
Oh,
Xbox.
no. They said it was a 12-month exclusive on
But
PlayStation 4, and it was because it came to PS5. So it's no longer exclusive. It's on PS5 also.
but what I'm saying, but what I'm saying is clearly Sony extended that deal.
Yes.
So I mean, all I'm saying is like, don't be. There's no guarantee you're gonna get these IP on Xbox.
True.
Do know if you're a PlayStation owner, you're going to be able to pretty much everything. You get the superhero, you're
Right.
getting Marvel, you're getting all the exclusive games, you're getting Star Wars, you're getting everything over there. I mean, I'm not jealous of any of that stuff Microsoft has coming out on their console. If I only had a PlayStation,
Yeah, same here.
they have not shown me anything that made me say I must own an Xbox. If somebody's out there who hasn't purchased one yet,
Like, they haven't really done anything to say you must play their games on PC either. Like, their
No, they
games
haven't.
have been just not there. Like, they're not doing anything to benefit themselves except talk a big game. And, I put this thing together where he was like, people asking for a superhero game. And I remember when he said this back in August when he was like, oh, Craig the Brood is our new mascot, says Phil. And I'm like, he should be like,
Wow.
instead of jokingly and, making, taking a meme that kind of hurt, like, Xbox people weren't like happy about this because this was
No, they weren't.
this is their best game. And now there's a meme that was created because of the poor quality that you said was improving in 2019.
Think about Xbox. I'm going to think about quality games.
It kills me when you get Phil Spencer and you get booted, and they're like, I played it. And it's great.
Yes,
like,
he did
what
seem to
you
crack
play?
down.
What was good?
I don't understand. Like, they try to become the joke. They did it with the refrigerator. Oh, you want to make fun of the Xbox console looking like a fridge? Well, we'll make a fridge. You want to make fun of Craig? Well, he's our mascot now. We're not going to say, hey, yes, I know that was bad showing. It's it's nice that it became like, it sucks that it became a meme and stuff, but we're definitely working really hard to improve it. It was kind of early, and we take this to heart, and we take the feedback back. Like, instead of using it as a motivating tool to let people know that is not acceptable as an Xbox product, you go and say it's our mascot. And I remember that was my problem when he said this. And now
you talking about Craig. You talking about
Craig, yeah. When he's like, this is my mascot. I mean, instead of coming out and being like, while it's funny and stuff, in all seriousness, we're going to take that feedback and make this the best Halo game that we want. Like, use it as a motivator and use it as a way to reassure the fans that we hear you, we're going to fix this, and we're going to make it the best game that you can experience. You don't hear that out of them. You hear that out of Herman Hulst.
They don't value. They
splits.
do not value their IP like that.
They don't. The only IP that they're okay with is Forza. That's the only one that they'll show.
Could you imagine God of War being shown off like? Could you imagine the God of War game being on Horizon or Spider-Man?
Dude,
no, it would have never happened.
I want to go to that God of War stuff. But, like, yeah, like, you look at that, like, you're right. Like, and those games, people are like, well, that was like a PS4 game. I'm like, well, then you're saying that the PS4 games look better than anything on Xbox to this day in 2021. So you're not helping yourself. A God of War.
These people are looking at the texture quality, the facial animations, the lip syncing is much better. The world density.
You don't have to justify it, Link. They're just fucking stupid. They're stupid because all they're doing is saying PS4. I bet. Oh yeah, Craig's fine.
If they had this much, if they had this much criticism for the games that they were getting on their own platform, then maybe they would get better quality games. But they don't care.
Let them burn.
And so,
burn. The thing is that if you continue to defend this stuff, and and this is where you say like look at this kind of game after that Herman Hulst did his splits. And you look at Craig and he's like, this is on meme. And you just look anything with this kind of quality, anything that even showed up, like for the amount of talk they had about the power of the console, the capabilities of the machine, they have yet to demonstrate that. It doesn't look, Redfall doesn't look like it's going to demo that stuff. It does, like, you know, yes, it's early, but like there's nothing. Halo's not going to pull anything like this. Like, there is a distinct difference. And this is where I want to get into the Grindstable with this, because after this showcase and what Sony showed, it's going to go to everything that we've been saying here about Xbox is on borrowed time. And if the time, I think the time is left already, but we're going to get to that. I'm going to go my transition, and we're going to talk about this on the other side for the next topics. And the next topic is we are on this showcase really had a big fallout. And I think a lot of people did turn around and be like, yo, Xbox, what's going on? And we're going to talk that. Let's go to the Grindstable. Let's go. So, all right. So I have my audio working there, making sure that thing was working. So this is the main topic. I want to present this to you guys. Know what's going on here. So I lost my background to the Grindstable. I'll have to make a new one. But the main topic here is that time's up. PS5 Showcase shows that Xbox is on borrowed time. And I've said this topic as well, and I think we're kind of alluding to a lot of this stuff as we've been going through here. But the thing is that when Xbox has these opportunities to show stuff, they say they're going to E3. Oh, I hear wind. Does anybody have wind? Frog, is that the link? I hear wind. Oh, there you go. So, like, the main topic is that every time Microsoft has an opportunity to kind of reset and show why their investments are paying off, what they've been doing, they fail to use that opportunity. It's with E3. Sony's not at E3. It's Microsoft stage. This has been going on for a while now, since 2019, when it was the only Microsoft show in town, and they had the stage. They had the single voice to show why, and they never seized that opportunity. And people come out and just go, just wait. Microsoft shows a bunch of games, no gameplay. Just wait. 2025, 2024, we'll be okay. Just wait. And I keep saying, I'm like, do you understand? Sony, even Nintendo, are not going to wait. They are going to keep the foot on the throat and continue to push and make their console successful while you are waiting. And while that is happening, the mind share, the differences are going to become more and more apparent. And the problem is you see with this showcase, people thought they were going to have, oh, Sony's quiet. They've been doing this. Sony's quiet. They're afraid. They showed everything. They don't have anything going. And I think the biggest fallacy of this whole thing, Sony is just showing the tip of the iceberg. When Microsoft showed you the whole raw ingredients and smorgasbord, and now it's up to Microsoft now to keep that momentum for games that they announced 2 years ago with a logo, where Sony is showing gameplay and then doing the games. And before I open it up to you two guys, I want to just show you something. Grinders, look this up. Watch this. And you guys, you can see this too. Before I open it up. Oh, shit, I hit the wrong thing. Let me just show you this difference here. Talk about borrowed time. We have the list of Xbox games here from Xbox. I'm talking about first party. This, if you go into second party deals and all this other stuff, that's even worse. But I'm just talking about first party, right? Here's the list of Microsoft first party games. This is the stuff that they announced, all right? What is the big differential here? You look at everything, right? You see this all here. And then here's Sony's games. Look at the difference between the Sony Interactive Entertainment games and look at Microsoft's games. What is the majority of Microsoft's games? To be announced. no dates, no seasons to be announced when Sony is showing, look at this, 2022, 2021.
Right.
And then if you go back here, even Microsoft doesn't even have things slated for 2022. There's nothing here. Sony has release dates locked in. And we're talking about what they're going to have next year. They have Horizon Zero Dawn, Horizon Forbidden West in February. You got Gran Turismo 7 in March. You got, what is the other game that they have? God of War Ragnarok could drop anytime during 2022. But you're already starting to see the 2022. And then they got 2023 announced for Spider-Man. You already seeing the kind of the roadmap where Xbox.
We don't even know. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm showing Xbox. It's just to be announced, and we don't even know what's coming the rest of this year with Crossfire, Grounded. I don't know why Grounded's in there. And Psychonauts needs an update here, but
Grounded is still in early access. I think that's why.
Yeah, look at all this stuff. Like all their things here. This is what they've been doing.
Sony has two almost guaranteed Game of the Year contenders next year with Horizon and God of War. That, we still don't even. There's so many of their studios, we have no idea what they're working on.
This is just first party. Wait. This is not even like for spoken and I just want to let them know that this is just their first party. This is a problem. This is what I mean. Microsoft's on borrowed time. Like they have opportunities. They are the shows. But do you understand that Sony's not stopping? They just had the showcase and just put more pressure on them. So what did you think about that?
Deals. Look at the deals that Sony's doing versus Microsoft's. It's not even comparable. Mm-hmm. It's not even comparable. We're not even talking about first party. The second party deals.
Oh, that's another story. Yeah, that's another.
That's not even comparable. So I mean, Sony. A lot of their studios, we still don't know what they're working on. Like Naughty Dog, we know they're working on Factions, but they're obviously working on something else. Cory Barlog is not directing God of War. He's overseeing it, but he's not directing it. So he's working on another game. So they are stacked as far as their first party because a lot of their studios are doing multiple games.
Yeah, like Cory Barlog's working on something else. And if you look here, a majority of these games are from Insomniac, San Diego Studio, Housemarque, Aspire, Sony Digital, and then you look at Microsoft's one, and you got like every studio they got, all hands on deck is doing something, which is great. But like, my point is like, okay, we saw Returnal was announced. We never knew Returnal existed until last year. Sony showed it at the showcase. They showed some more gameplay. It released, reviewed well, and came out April 30th. Same thing goes with Spider-Man Miles Morales. We had no clue that existed. They showed it at the showcase. It released on November 12th. Same thing goes with what is it? What is it? What the hell is it? The Demon Souls. We had no clue that was announced at the showcase. Got released. We look. Neo 2 came out. That was another one there. We have for Horizon Forbidden West. We had no clue. Shown gameplay, release date. God of War, we saw a logo last year. We saw a full gameplay this year.
Yes. These studios are proven to put out top-notch games. We're not questioning the quality of these games.
To the games.
Right. We're not questioning the quality of these games. Even these games that Microsoft has announced, we have no idea what they're going to be or what the quality of these games is going to be because none of their studios, other than maybe Coalition and Hellblade is really proven. Not Hellblade. What's the name studio? Ninja Theory. So and we they're still freaking putting out principal photography photos. So who knows when that game's coming out? So
I mean, we don't know.
But their output. What is going on over there? Like the output is very. They bought all these studios a few years ago. But their output has been very slow. They put out some games that they had already had in the works before Microsoft bought them, like Bleeding Ass and Grounded. Mm-hmm. But I mean, what are we getting?
I know. Like you look here, they have As Dusk Falls, Avowed, Contraband, Everwild, Fable, Forza Motorsport, Perfect Dark, Hellblade, all to be announced. State of Decay 3, Outer Worlds 2.
Won't be next year.
Not next year, exactly, and that's the whole point. Look at the games that they have announced and what's slated for 2021. Nothing. In 2022, Crossfire X might get delayed. Psychonauts 2 came out, so the only game here that might come out next year. Who the hell's that guy? The only game that's gonna come out here is friggin'
Redfall.
Well, no, I'm not even talking about partnerships. I'm talking about exclusive
Well,
games.
they own that
Oh yeah,
studio. No, they own
you're
it.
right.
They
Bethesda
own
games
it.
are not on the Xbox Game Studios for some reason on this Wikipedia.
Okay,
so we
I
don't
got you.
have the two games. You're right. Redfall and
That's looking like a game of the year contender.
Redfall. Are you joking? Oh, well, dude, yeah, like Redfall and Starfield are not on this list. So those are two games slated for next year. Redfield and Starfield. Redfall and Starfield.
What is Starfield? What is it? We've just not seen any gameplay. We don't know what it is.
I don't know.
We don't know what it is.
We don't know anything.
In 2018, it was announced.
And we've yet to see anything.
That's a problem.
I mean, I'm a huge fan of Elder Scrolls and Fallout, but
those games are absolutely garbage. They're trash.
What I'm saying is the older ones, like Fallout 4 is not too bad. What I'll say is and Elder Scrolls is not too bad. They're glitchy as hell, and that's my big thing.
They're glitchy. They don't exhibit quality.
Yeah, they have to run on a different engine. If they run on the same engines we've been used to, then it's not going to be be good. I think we're going to have problems.
But like the thing is like people saw this list, right, for Xbox Studios, right? Oh, 2025 Xbox is gonna be awesome, knocking out these games. But you just saw from this show, Sony has Wolverine now. They got KOTOR. Like, and you think that this is the end? You think look how many studios were part of this thing, dude. They're still locking down exclusives. They're saying there's a rumor now they might even have a friggin' a state of PlayStation experience later this year. They look at the studios. Insomniac is basically holding them afloat right now with quality, incredible games, while their other studios are working on multiple projects.
And Jez, think about it. A lot of people are like, "What are you guys going to play the rest of the year?" We have Forza and Halo, and I'm like, okay, but you guys had to wait a whole year to get a first-party exclusive game.
2 years. Gears 5.
Well, I mean, it's a Series X launch, of course. Yeah, multiple years, but since the Series X launch, they didn't put out any first-party games. So, I mean, you know what I mean.
The
so, and then Sony does
build. Like Sony, people think that Sony announced everything and they're just going to stop, and Microsoft is just going to keep making all these games and then beat Sony 3 years from now. Sony is not stopping. And this is the point I'm trying to make. Is that
we don't even know. We don't even know what Blue Point's got in the works. We don't know.
We have no clue. That's what I mean.
We don't know, and everything that they've put out has been top notch. So, and
they can have.
They're not technically first party, but they pretty much only.
But they could have flops as well. Like they could have Deathloop flop. They could have had Destruction All Stars flop. Not everything is 190 Metacritic game. But the thing is when you have consistent content coming out over the year, you could say I hate Returnal, but I love Ratchet. So they have a game for you. But when you have one game, Halo shipping in hot, and that's your representation of your first party and a racing game, and then Psychonauts, which you happen to buy and it was supposed to release last year, but that's a great game. But again, I don't even give them credit for Psychonauts because it was already in development. Where was Phil when he was talking this big game about we're all in on gaming with Satya coming out there like a fucking puppet, going like we're all in on gaming. If you're all in on gaming, why didn't you identify these games first and bring them? Why are these second hands, second fiddles? Sony gets them, you get them years later. We got the question when it comes to Xbox. Why do you set this precedent? If you're all in on gaming, why are you not out there getting the games?
They're all in on Game Pass, not gaming.
Well, there you go.
Game Pass drives the ship. Game Pass is driving the ship.
Oh, they got Project Eve as exclusive too? I think that's an exclusive too.
They're barely signing any deals if the game is not going in the Game Pass. And look at the kind of stuff that's going in there. Don't get me wrong. Ascent is not a bad game. Okay, I played it. Wasn't my thing. It's not a bad game. But it's a type of game where it's not a tentpole, something you can hang your hat on type of game. It's something that's okay. It's supplemental. It's something to play. But they have to hype these little small titles because that's all they're doing. That's all they're getting.
Yeah, I know.
So, when you put the spotlight on stuff like that, it's going to be scrutinized even more when you're first party. The selling point for Game Pass was that Microsoft's first party was going to be going in there day and date, but they've not been giving us first party games.
Exactly.
So that's not selling
That's
the value of
sell.
that service. And you see, these third parties. I mean, the sales, the gap between the Xbox version of a game and the PlayStation as far as the sales is so unproportionate to the install base that they're conditioning their player base to not buy games, to only play what's in Game Pass. And so what's happening is that maybe Phil thought that he was going to make this service so appealing and kind of strangled the third-party studios into forcing them into putting these games over here because people won't buy them. But what's happening is Sony's just getting all these deals. So that's what's happening.
Yeah.
So,
well, I'm going to say the thing is that I feel that the pressure, like there is a lot of unproven model. There's a lot of unproven conclusions to the Game Pass model. The whole, like, it gets more people to buy games. Well, what kind of games? God of War? Or you're talking about The Ascent? Like, if it's better for indie games to get recognition and more people buy those, then it works. Like, not all games are created equal. Every game is different. There's different sizes, there's different expectations. There's the franchise, if it's a new IP. There's different things. But you can't deny just a good game. And when you have a good game, more people will probably be willing to buy that game rather than say, I'm going to subscribe to get that game. Or if you're already in the subscription and it happens to be there, you want your game to sell, but now your game is getting dumped in there with a bunch of fodder, and you're like, well, I hope people could find my game throughout all this bullshit that's in here. Whereas you could market this game, bring this game to the front, get a real marketing budget. Look at Psychonauts 2. They didn't even market that goddamn game.
And they should have.
They did nothing to it. They just released it on a Wednesday.
Look, if you look at what's going on, it's clear that these games don't have the games that are going in the Game Pass don't have much of a marketing budget because you can't spend that kind of money on marketing when you're not selling it.
Exactly. You're not trying to get $60 out of somebody. You're trying to get them to say, "Hey, sign up for $1." Sign up for $15.
Why would Sony market it when they're pushing Game Pass? But it's kind of sad because it's from what I played of the Psychonauts, because I got on the series, my Xbox One X, not series. I got on Xbox One X, and I liked it. I like what they did with the game. It's interesting. I just don't understand, like you said, why they didn't really market that game. That game has a lot of potential.
They didn't have to sell it. They remember when Gears 5 came out? It was more about Game Pass than Gears 5. It was like Gears 5 and Game Pass.
These games are technically for sale. They're technically selling them, but it's pretty clear that people aren't actually buying these games. Psychonauts is not going to even. It won't even make MPD. And so
the first one was sold poorly. I thought they would market this one more.
You know what I mean? Even the dev, what did he say? Something like being with Microsoft is great because we can just do whatever we want and not have to worry about selling the game. Like,
there's no pressure. They just release it and it
there's
gets
no pressure over there.
But you know what, Link? That's why I don't think Bethesda wants to just throw their games in Game Pass and let them sit there and not sell.
Well,
I
we'll
think
see.
Bethesda wants to be able to sell their games.
They didn't seem too happy about not being able to put their games on PlayStation in the beginning. Whenever they were acquired, it didn't seem like they were happy about that. But
I think the Bethesda thing, like, first off, it needs to be an exclusive. It needs to be locked down. Microsoft needs that. It needs to be like with Deathloop 100, crazy game, because that's what Xbox needs. That's what people have been holding out for. But I think the realistic part of it is, I think Starfield is going to launch on Xbox and PC, and maybe in a year or two, it is going to come to the PlayStation after it got its initial push in Game Pass, and that I think eventually that will go there. And I think eventually after all that,
why wouldn't they? They can sell millions of copies of this game on
if it's that good. The other thing is after that, I think that eventually once Microsoft locks down a bunch of games only in Game Pass, and if they're desirable, then they'll start talking with Sony and Nintendo to be interested. But right now, they don't want that stuff in Game Pass because it's all multi-plat shit. And Microsoft's first party has yet to demonstrate that they could put a game in there that everybody must play. Imagine if a God of War dropped in Game Pass. must play. I gotta sign up to play this game, or I'm just gonna buy it. But you get must play games in there. And the problem with a subscription, you can't. It's not one game, dude. It's not just one game came out in March. Oh, we're good. Sign me up for the year. No, the thing is you need consistency. You need to have a game in March, a game in April, game in May, June, July, August. People are like, well, you know what? Starfield comes out next year. Are you going to sign up for Game Pass right now to stop playing wait for Starfield? Or are you just going to wait if there's nothing in there and sign up when Starfield comes out? Nobody's going to pay $15 a month. The other thing is, I think this Game Pass cap is going to die down real soon within the next year or two, unless Microsoft really puts quality stuff in there, is because a lot of people... And next time somebody says Game Pass is such a great value, ask them, do you pay $15 a month, or did you stack up Xbox Live for 3 fucking years?
Well, everybody's stacked up.
Well, then you're not paying the true value of Game Pass to cap for it, because
I paid $1 to convert all my gold.
Tell me how, when you got to pay $15 a month, is there enough content in there that's new that you want to play for $15 a month?
Let me tell you something, Jess. When my Xbox Ultimate runs out for the $1 I pay to convert it. No, next year.
Next year.
I have no desire whatsoever to renew it. I will not be renewing. I can't support this because it's strangling this console over there of valuable quality games. If you're gonna keep shoveling this crap over here to me, what's the point of these 12 teraflops that they hyped up? Because they're not gonna
I could have told you that.
Actually,
I did say that. They learned their lesson. I learned the lesson with the Xbox One X. They touted the power of that stupid thing, and you didn't do anything with it, and they did it again. I called the Series X the Xbox One Remastered because that's what it was. No games at launch, talking about power with nothing to demonstrate this. Look at this game. Look at the graphics of this friggin' game. And guess what? I know how many teraflops in PS5 is anybody mentioning anymore? Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
But do you even see Xbox? Do you keep saying the most powerful console in the world? Do you hear them even say that anymore? They don't, because it was all just marketing bullshit. Like, that's the problem I have with them. And like, just to go back to the topic about borrowed time, they have missed opportunities that if they really did care, they had plenty of time and opportunity to take advantage. Sony's been quiet almost purposefully to watch Microsoft just come out and stumble over themselves like a fucking clown on a stage. Like, just fall on themselves.
Honestly,
dude, you were at E3.
I'm telling you something. Listen. It's over, okay?
It is. There's no comeback. I'm telling you, it's over.
I'm not worried about what Microsoft is doing. They were not they didn't provide much competition last generation, let's be honest. They didn't. And they're continuing the trend this generation. Sony is competing. The Sony devs are competing against one another. They're not worried about what Microsoft is doing.
There you go.
But do you remember, Link, do you remember the year of bullshit where people said that the incumbent of the Xbox has to win, just like PlayStation, learned their lesson with the PS4. Now Xbox learned its lesson, and that's what people are trying to make a cap for, where they go Xbox is doing the best they ever did, and I'm like, I want to just go through the screen. I want to come to the screen and somebody say that to me, and just giving them slaps across the face, going, "You're telling me right now is a better time for Xbox than in the past?"
We don't even have anything to play on Xbox.
Exactly.
What are they talking about? Games, at the end of the day, if you're not providing games,
they stop making games. And now they got a bunch of placeholders.
I can't play VRR and VRS. Those are features. Game Pass is a service. It's not a game.
They announced a bunch of placeholders right now. We have no clue what these games are. Look at Redfall. They showed the whole goddamn thing. Yes, it's a pre-alpha, but look at that. That does not look very inspiring to play. It looks like something that's like, hey, I'll get it in Game Pass and play it. It'll be fun for a weekend. And there you go.
It looked like a PS2 game, maybe generously looking.
But
like
I'm saying, now you look at that placeholder, and this is my problem. I said with their borrowed time, they have yet to tell us what Avowed is, what it looks like, what does Perfect Dark look like, what does Fable look like. You need to get in front of this stuff, because if you don't start showing these things, and just ignore them. You didn't even give updates to them at this E3. You just practically ignored everything that you announced the year before. Just ignored it completely. And basically didn't, and I'm not going to say what the hell they did to Halo, but that game comes out in a few months, and they're hiding that game. They're hiding their games, and everything they're doing, Sony is showing their games. They're showing progress to their games as you just keep harnessing away opportunities. Don't go to these shows. Nobody gives a fuck about Top Gun for Flight Simulator. Nobody fucking cares about State of Decay 2 DLC. Don't go to E3 and waste our time on bullshit. Nobody fucking cares about your fucking Halo Special Edition shit. You use that time to show gameplay. You don't waste gamers' time with bullshit. And that's all they do. Don't go there.
You don't put DLC. It does not belong on the big stage.
No, it doesn't. Sony was stupid for putting their DLC in there. But you know what? That's a third-party game. They didn't go in there and announce an expansion to bullshit.
Which one? What game?
So, well, they used they showed what is it? The fucking the Tom Clancy game. But that was a third-party game. It wasn't a
third-party game. That's a third-party deal. They probably have to market that game.
And Death Stranding wasn't shown at this show. Death Stranding was at the previous thing.
Right, exactly. It was at a state of play. It wasn't at the showcase.
But I'm just telling you, man, they are on borrowed their time. Everybody goes like Microsoft has a show, and Sony's quiet. And every year, they seem to think that Sony is like quiet because they don't have anything. But then when Sony does their announcement, Sony only shows you just a little bit, and that little bit is enough to hype the world up. And now they just added 2 more feathers to their cap. We knew God of War was coming. People thought that was the worst of it. Now here comes the eye of the fucking hurricane with goddamn Wolverine, and here comes the tornado with friggin' KOTOR. They just added 2 more punches.
Why wouldn't you want that console? Why wouldn't that be the premier console, the premium console you buy? And that's what I say. I keep saying it. You know, Xbox needs that. They will never be the 360 that they used to be, and that leading console.
Games are going to bring them back. That's the only thing they can do.
Games are the only thing that can bring them back. But the way they're moving, they don't look at it like that. I don't know where they are with their fan base and how they think. I don't know how they think their fan base likes what they're doing, because they don't.
They don't. I'm glad people call them out after the show.
And act like they do like it. You're part of the problem. You're not part of the solution. You're a part of the problem, and that's why Microsoft has a problem with what they. If you keep cheering them on and you never say, you know what you're doing is not good for me, they're gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, and then they can't be complacent. Microsoft has no position right now to be complacent. They need to be the aggressor. They need to be doing deals. And if they know that their games are all to be announced, then you go out there and you get that KOTOR deal. You go out there and you grab that Wolverine. You go out there and you pay that money to get the games to your system while your studios are making those games. And I said this on the spaces. And again, the thing is that I feel. I'm going to ask you guys this question, and I was going to ask this question on the thing. Do you think we're ever going to see Microsoft make a deal for a game to be exclusive and have it not be on Game Pass? Third-party deals? No. Do you see a situation? Again. Like a Tomb Raider deal. Again. Remember that Tomb Raider deal?
Never again.
Do you think they'll just do an exclusive game for the console and PC, but it's not in Game Pass? It's just exclusive for the hell of being an exclusive game?
Never ever again. What we got now is what we're going to get. Game Pass is the future of Xbox, and I think that Game Pass has to make or break them.
What do you think? Grind is in the chat. Frog, sorry.
You gotta. And this is what I'll say about Xbox, and it's not even biased. It's just Game Pass. By 2023, if Game Pass hasn't sold you on it, it's not going to sell you on it. That's just my opinion. I don't think if Game Pass is not sold you on it now, you're going to be like one of those people like, ooh, I need an Xbox because I want Game Pass. Game Pass to me it shouldn't be the selling factor. It should be just something that's on the side, like it's a good, like kind of like PS Now. Like if you have the mentality like, hey, Game Pass the end all be all, I don't think that you're going to get the games you think you're going to get.
Yeah,
You know, and I think
I
you're
can't
going to
see
be
making
hurting.
that deal. Like, I can't see them making that kind of deal because the whole point of them
No.
locking down a deal is for Game Pass, to get that Game Pass. Game Night says he still sees an old comment about how Xbox will overtake PlayStation in Japan. Oh, my God. Recently,
Oh, my
it
God.
crossed
I
the
don't know
1
what those
million
guys are
mark
talking about.
faster
They're
than the
some
PS4. Xbox is almost 1 million behind the PS5, dude. They're not gonna. The xCloud, Captain Crunch says xCloud being the magic bullet is total clown town. That is the traveling circus. And Greenberg bouncing on the ball.
Xbox has there's no threat in that Asian market at all from Xbox. Nintendo is Sony's biggest threat, and that's because they designed a system that is really good for the Asian market. It's small, it's quaint, it's doesn't have all the bells and whistles like these modern consoles, but it's easy and to take on the go, and it's pretty. It's an easy
This
console
cloud
to make
stuff,
for them.
man. Like, even the cloud stuff, like coming to older consoles, not to drive the sales of the new console, where you could play all. And everybody's like, well, all these Xbox exclusive games of Series X, and it's like, yeah, well, you could stream them to your old console so that you could still play them. So there's no incentive to even upgrade unless you want the higher fidelity. I'm telling you, man, their plan, they are totally demising what Xbox is. Like, I just can't see it being a sustainable thing without just being third party on everything. Like, we see it; it's everywhere. You have these games going on all these consoles,
man,
dude. I'm telling you, and I always say, like, what's Satya's number?
About all the games that are coming, if they don't have, if Game Pass isn't it by 2023, it never will.
Dude, I look at all these games and I'm like, this stuff right here. Until I start seeing gameplay and seeing what these games are, especially in this game, Xbox Game Pass thing, all this stuff is just placeholders. Like, just think of how strange it is.
So you sound like me,
dude.
That's
like, they announced
Avowed.
They announced Obsidian's Avowed, right? But then they also announced Outer Worlds 2. They're both action role-playing games. One's in space and one is that. So you got Avowed, you got Outer Worlds 2, you got Fable, then you got Starfield. Like, you got 4 action role-playing games coming out. They're not putting Halo next to Forza. You think they're going to put all 4 of those games out in the same year?
They're not.
That game's coming out 2027.
I think people have this thought in their head. Well, they still got Call of Duty, they still got Madden, so they're not dead. Yeah,
the
they
Pivot.
still got,
Pivot's coming next year. Pivot's happening after Halo.
I heard somebody ask somebody on a podcast, "Hey, what's the primary first party game that you play on Xbox?" And they were like, "Well, I got Destiny," and I was like, "He's like, dude, I said first party. That's not first party." But a lot of these guys have that mentality, like, well, Destiny, technically, no, it's not. And I just don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Sometimes I'm just like, man, I don't know if these guys get it. Maybe they're just in their head, they don't get it.
Dude, shout out to G184. It must be new here. I don't know if he's new. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. The leadership is the problem. Ever since Connect, they've never been the same. Yeah, they're going after a casual market, dude.
Man.
And this is the thing. I just don't.
That is so true.
I fear that these games like Perfect Dark, Fable, again, you look at the initiative. They built the studio from ground up to make Perfect Dark, a franchise that Microsoft didn't give a shit about.
It surprises me that they would do that. And that game better hit. I mean,
why?
That game better be like
because they don't have to market the hell out of that. That's a placeholder.
It better be 9s across the board. I don't see it being a 9.
I don't know, man. We don't know what it is.
We don't develop a new studio for a Perfect Dark game.
You got Fable from a studio. Playground Games, they make great racing games, dude. They make good open world action role-playing games.
Yeah, but
akin to Lionhead, who's gone.
They're not untested, man.
I don't know. Everwild, did they figure out what the gameplay is?
Oh, man.
Frog, did they figure out the gameplay Everwild is?
No, I don't even know what that game's about.
Hellblade 2, I'm excited to play, but is Hellblade 2 going to be bigger than Hellblade 1, or just going to be more of the same? People complaining about God of War. Well, Hellblade is going to be sniffing up your ass.
Complaining about God of War, talking about, oh, man, he gets in the boat the same.
Yeah, well, guess what? Hellblade 2, you better be careful. You better get ready. I saw them videotaping an eyeball on Twitter. These guys got brunch. They got lunch. They got dinners with Phil. They're in no rush. They're videotaping eyeballs. Dude, they announced the game in 2019 with some bogus-ass CGI. Now,
I don't know
they're videotaping eyeballs, taking vacation pictures.
I just know that
borrow time.
It should only get better for Xbox going forward.
Oh, thanks. G1 said he subbed 2 years ago. Sorry, man. Thank you. Thanks. Sorry, G1. I gave him to Phil Ness. But yeah, State of Decay 3. Is it going to look better than State of Decay 2? They're putting DLC in State of Decay 2.
Part 2 was bad. That game was broken.
Like,
that game was so
broken. What's Forza Motorsport look like in this new model? And then on top of, like, if these studios have to make these games, are they better than the other ones? But
Hold
then
on
top of that,
Jazz,
what does it look like in Game Pass?
You said what's Forza Motorsport? It looks just like Horizon 3 when it came out. People talked about how great the scores were, and then nobody talked about it.
But this is a new one. This new one that's going to be, I bet you Forza Motorsport is going to be a friggin' service about services. They're going to be adding stuff. Dude, what did he say? He says that despite the Red Ring of Death, they had momentum. Yeah, dude, G1, they had the games. They had games. They had the partnerships. Remember the GTA DLC and stuff like that? That's what I mean. Like, if these guys are working on these games, go get something. Like, don't get the Masquerade Vampires. Go get something to show the fans that you're going to bring games to them. Like, I just think that it's a lot of hocus pocus and not the stuff that matters. And Sony is not stopping. So Microsoft can announce 5 more games to this list, and Sony will continue to just keep adding and making more deals. And those deals that you saw, Wolverine, you saw the deal with KOTOR, Sony knows to pull on the heartstrings. They know what triggers. That showcase had Star Wars KOTOR, Wolverine exclusive game, Star Wars exclusive game, Spider-Man exclusive game. Oh, and then our Game of the Year, God of War, that getting the polish and care that it gets. Meanwhile, Halo comes out in December 8th, some bogus date after Thanksgiving. Partly done. Campaign in shambles. Somebody told me that the campaign is in episodes. I'm like, excuse me? Oh, yeah. The reason why I didn't talk about Cortana and stuff is because there's multiple storylines and expansions. And I'm like, excuse me? Why? This game was delayed a year. Last year, everybody was like, oh, yeah, it's going to come out. Go, if you want to laugh, go look at the tweets from last year after Halo got delayed. And look at the hope and dreams. Power your dreams. Hashtag power your dreams. Look at the hope and dreams. Oh, it's going to be a better game now. This is what Halo deserves. Now they're going to have a whole year to work on it. In January, I saw tweets, people saying like Cobra and shit. They're just putting the spit, shine, and polish on it. It's done. Fuck out of here with that shit. Yeah, it's done. Yeah, they're putting a spit shine on. He said that they're polishing it up in January. I saw that shit running around from our insiders. You know, the guys that talk to Phil and Potty Chat. They're just putting a spit shine on Halo. It's done. They just delayed it for quality and polish.
Is that right? Is that right?
The fuck out of here with that shit.
Yeah, even though the quality and polish, but it's running at 540p on the
It's missing features.
All right. 540p.
Infinite is
on the next gen
done.
On the next gen console is running at 540p.
Wait a second. Here it is. Grinders, hit that like button. You think that I'm a liar. Actually, this was from Halo themselves. Holy shit. Look at this. This is Halo. This is from when was it? Look at this. Here. Halo Infinite Sandbox is 90% complete. Just needs some polish. Per Land Sandbox designer Quinn Del Holio in January 29 says, dude, we're just fixing bugs. We're done.
Is that right?
I'm looking. Here's the article right here. The fuck out of here. January 29th. He says all of our launch content in-game is being played daily. And strong effort to get some from 90% to 100% to ship quality. Fuck out of here! Are you kidding? January 29th, 2021. But last month's update was, we don't know what to do with the spawn points for co-op, so it's not going to be there. And Forge, fuck out of here, Season 4. A year from now. No updates on gameplay. 90% complete in January. Grinders, let me ask you something. If this game was 90% complete in January and just needed polish, you would think by July they would have some campaign gameplay, don't you think?
Oh. Jez, listen to me. Okay? Listen to me. I've been saying this ever since we started.
Thank you for the sub! Little Pan Pan! Yeah, sorry.
You know what?
Shout him out.
We're not going to see any gameplay. They're not going to show us any campaign in-game. They'll show some cutscenes. We're not going to see any campaign gameplay until right up until launch.
I know. I'll tell you, on 20-year anniversary, there's the game. There's the gameplay. Craig is gonna come out the fucking BG style. He's gonna have the beard. He's gonna be all ready with the chains and be like, "Yeah, BG, woohoo!" He's gonna come out. There he is, Craig, coming out on anniversary. He's gonna look like he's a fucking 70s porn star. He's gonna have all the fun. They've been drawing hair on his ass for a fucking year and a half already. Booty's like, I got a hairy ass. Craig gotta have a hairy ass. Let's go. My brother Harry Booty. He says Craig has to have a hairy ass. Let's go.
Between him and Fake Joe, I don't know which is going to be worse.
Dude, this is the shit that they say, and then they run wild with it. Yeah, I want to see where this update was. Where was this stupid ass update?
I don't. You know what? I've never seen anybody do a podcast space that loves Xbox too much who will admit, and for the most part, they won't do better.
They won't.
I don't see that much.
Most people don't because they want to still be in podcasts with Phil and all this other junk.
They still want to be part of this community of people that don't realize shit is fucked up over there. You can say it, okay? Guess what? If Sony sucks, I'll say Sony sucks. Herman Hulst, I'll kick you between the legs with your fucking splits. I don't give a fuck about Jim Ryan. I don't care. Say it. Feel good. Fuck Phil and his bullshit. This is all bullshit that you're seeing here. Nobody's gonna. You speak your mind. And guess what? Know what I think? If you don't care, you're now a fucking fan to begin with. Because if you listen to any fucking sports radio show, I'm a Giants fan. They fucking suck. Danny Dimes belongs in the fucking gutter.
The Jets, man.
The Jets, they suck the fucking Giants' ass, and the Giants suck their ass. They all suck. Yes. Giants suck areas, but I'm a Giants fan. The thing is, if I go here and go, you know what? They went out yesterday. They tried. They went home. They had a great dinner. I feel bad. The quarterback, I know he was trying to make a play, but he fumbled. And he doesn't know what the fuck's going on. The offensive line, they tried. They invested so much money in their offensive line. They're spending so much money. The Mara family spent so much money on the Giants organization. Like, it's okay. Fuck that. That was horse shit. Get the fuck out of here. Don't waste my Sunday watching that shit. I prefer you get shut out than try to score and look like you're trying and then just to fuck it up. That's what a fan does. Go listen to any sports radios. I, as a Giants fan, listen to Eagles sports radio when they lose because it's entertainment. Because I hear people talking shit about the Eagles. That's entertainment to me. Because that's what true fans do.
When your team, whenever you're rooting for is not doing what it's supposed to be doing, you're supposed to tell them, hey, these are things I think you could do better.
Yes.
I don't really hear people saying that. When the PS3 generation was there, and they were doing bad stuff. The PlayStation generation, they were talking. Hey, man,
listen. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
They want us. The people were like, "Yo, Sony, what are you doing? Like, you dominated that PS2 era, but this is not PS2 anymore."
Because the PlayStation fan base, I'm just being honest. From what I see, they're not going to continue to cap for stuff that they don't agree with. There's not one unified. There's not one unified message in the PlayStation community.
No.
You know, and they'll call Sony out for stuff that they're doing when they don't agree with it. But on the other side, what I see, and I'm just telling you what I see, they mount a defense force for everything that could possibly be going wrong. There's always an excuse, you know.
And the worst thing is that I understand people making the excuse, but it's the people that then accept that. Instead of going, you know what, that's a bullshit excuse. Like, come on, enough is enough. This game has been delayed a year. They're telling us from their bogus interview. Actually, the sources on their website on January 28th, they had some fake ass interview with each other. They're like, so tell me about how's the game coming. It's like, well, we're just, damn well how the game is coming. Don't give me this bogus interview. Like, get Jason Schreier in there, start interviewing people. Like, I don't want like this. Like, I'm your boss, I'm interviewing you right now. So tell me how the game's coming. It's like, oh, it's coming. It's okay. Like how they interviewed Joseph Staten. So, how's co-op coming, Joe? And Joe be like, you fucking damn well know how co-op is coming. No, but they do this fake kind of interview.
It's not coming. That's the problem. It ain't coming.
It ain't coming. There you go. But he has to ask that question for Joe to be like, I'm glad you asked that. Well, guess what? It's not fucking coming. And you know why it's not coming. Like that's the thing.
They're
like, thanks for that question.
They're selling you the burger and the lettuce with no meat patty. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And so you're getting bit. They're chopping up a game, and then they're gonna feed you piece by piece.
Oh my god! Like I am getting triggered just reading this article. I didn't know it was this fucking deep. He goes, so we're pushing hard to squash bugs and tune our toys so they're in good spots as we get closer to launch and public flighting before that. Additionally, we're taking time to evaluate the visuals of sandbox items with the goal of ensuring everything is landing the way the art directors envisioned. As some result, the sandbox items were previously shown to get a facelift. With the single-player content almost finished, the lengthy delay until Halo's full release will give them a chance to get ahead of future updates, with the next game to be a live service title for the next 10 years. Have extra time to prepare. This was in January 29th of this year.
I don't know what to say other than, as much as I like some of their old existing IPs, I don't want to be in that ecosystem when it's not kind of an ecosystem I can look at and see any kind of really good roadmap of things I may actually want to buy and play other than
Bootleg Joel. Titles. There he is.
And that's sad. Because it's like Link said, like
Broken Saint goes, fuck out of here.
Everybody knew back in the day when you bought a 360, you knew kind of what you were getting. Now it's like, if you buy an Xbox, you don't really know what you're getting.
No, we're getting Bootleg Joel. There he is. He's like, damn it, Chief, I am Bootleg Joel. Say my name. I'm Olin Cole the pilot. Say my name. Like goddamn never-ending story. Princess, I will say your name. Say my name, Chief. I'm called Bootleg Joel.
Listen, this game is not the savior, okay?
Sirens. Yes, I know, not. Game Night. We need these sirens right now. Look at this game. Oh my god, dude! I am. Wait a second. We're gonna do something messy. We're doing messy. It's Grindhouse. We're doing messy.
I think this game is not going to turn tides, and I think this game is a big determinant factor when you see how it pans out at launch of a lot of things to come. Because if Halo comes out and it has some major issues with it, if it's not what people want and not what that fan base wants, I think they're gonna have a problem.
They are.
I think the Game Pass, I said this before, I think the Game Pass will, people looking, they say Game Pass, like Jaffe. And if you like Game Pass, great, you like Game Pass, right? Nothing wrong with that. But it's not for everybody, and everybody thinks it's the end all be all to how gaming should be now.
No.
Oh, PlayStation should do a Game Pass, and Nintendo needs to do a Game Pass. If Sony and Nintendo did a Game Pass type model, they would die. They wouldn't make any money. They would die. They'd be gone. Microsoft can do this because they don't have to rely on anything Xbox. And that's why I say, as much money as you have, you figure they would say, let's put the foot to ass. Let's make good quality software. Let's get these deals done. Let's go out there and back like we did in our 360 days. They don't care about market share anymore. They don't care about, and it's like none of these companies are your friends, right? They're there to make money. But on the flip side, at least Nintendo and Sony, for the gaming aspect, to me, is giving you what you want. You got the Microsoft fan people that are like, oh, it's anti-consumer if games don't go everywhere because Microsoft does it. Oh, the fact that you don't put this everywhere, and then you got them saying, we're happy to see PlayStation games coming on PC. Yeah, they're not day and date because Sony's not going to do all their games like that. It doesn't make sense to do all their games like that. It's people have to see that, like, the reality is that market is shrinking. It's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And the more that PS5s can just start sitting on shelves, the faster that market's going to grow. Same with the Switch. Is that when Nintendo Switch OLED comes out, that thing is going to be gone. When more PlayStation 5s get set on the shelves, they're gone. Yeah, Xboxes are selling now just because people can't find them. But I say you give it a year or two when they can start just producing those things and put them on the shelves, it won't matter. You can find I can find Xbox Series S at any point in time. At any point in time, I can go into a store and get an Xbox Series S. The X is a little bit different, but you can't find a PS5 digital or hard. And people will say, well, it's because of this. No, Microsoft, the way they started this whole console generation was really bad. You don't come out with two different SKUs of systems, one very weak and then one very powerful. And you say, well, you can get inside of our ecosystem either way. No, you really can't, because it just like this doesn't make any sense. You don't make any sense. Like, you left your Xbox One X behind. You discontinued it. That was a failed project. They spent so much money and they just failed. They constantly failed. Then you name your console like something similar to your last generation that you lost, and then you just don't update the UI. You don't really update the controller except for putting another button. There's so many things that you can see they're doing wrong, and they just don't care, I think. And that's why it's so frustrating to sit there and look at them and hear like the people who are really fans should be frustrated at them. They should be pissed at them, but they're not. They're sitting back saying, "Oh, we love the Xbox. They're doing great stuff."
They don't. They're what it shows. What they didn't innovate with their console. They just put more.
Well, they did. That was the plan. Look at these two world reveals. Oh my god!
They didn't do anything. They gave us the same controller with a share button. They didn't give us a new way to play the game or experience the game. They gave us a half-ass console.
No, but it gets in the boat the same.
But Link, the thing is, Link, when you say this, and we know it's the truth, you get those fucking fanboys that want to do just a PlayStation. You're just a bot. Motherfucker, it's not even about a console war. We want better for you also, so we can go out there and buy. Like, why do you not want better for yourself? Why do you not want to fight? And we're fighting for you. Me, as a guy who primarily plays on PlayStation, I fucking go hard on Xbox and Nintendo when I see something wrong. I go hard on Sony. But just because I don't go as hard on Sony, well, they're not doing as many fucked up things as Xbox.
Plus, they're giving you games to basically balance your frustrations with them. Like, if you just got sped bullshit, you would say enough is enough. But if you're getting games like this and games of Ratchet and games like that, if Sony does something stupid, you're like, you know what, you're an asshole. But you know what, I do like this game, so I'm not going to, like, rip you a new asshole.
Yeah.
But, like, if you just constantly talk down to me and talk bullshit to me and make it look like I'm a dumb gamer and you're a smart Aaron Greenberg and a smart Phil Spencer and you know what I want, but I'm telling you what I want, but you yet to give me that, but then you treat me like I'm some sort of like, oh, I care about the 2 billion people out there. Like, what about me, the one who's voicing what we want? Look at the difference between these two games. And you're telling me, oh, this looks like a PS4 game. Look at this Halo shit. This is all you got. After a year delay, they did not improve this. This should have been the first thing they shown. You know that demo from last year? Well, here it is. They should have worked on this and made this game look incredible, and they said they're hiding it. And look at, that's alpha. That's pre-alpha.
That's a problem.
Pre-alpha. Well, what is this God of War Ragnarok? We don't have a release date for this. This is coming out sooner than this.
And I just look and I say, I don't know how, because I don't want to call anybody's names. There's a lot of people here who really enjoy Xbox, and
Just go to cutscenes, dude.
I give a thumbs up, right? But I know there's a lot of people I've seen that will voice their opinion and say, damn, the things that Sony are doing, I want Xbox to do because damn, it looks good. But you got people who are loving folks doing.
Listen, you can't listen.
Yeah, go ahead.
Listen, okay. Remember when they showed off Crackdown and they had those people who were not gamers playing the game? And it looked absolutely terrible. Remember that? And so I remember a certain YouTuber
you would hide it too.
named Randall Thor, who called Microsoft out for that. And he received a nice email from them basically they were letting him know they were going to cut him off. So you can't be critical. You can't be critical of them. So you know what I mean? Like if you're one of these so-called insiders, you just got to keep going along with the bullshit.
Nope, I
they'll
couldn't
send
do
you
it.
care packages,
I'm sorry.
I guess, right?
I'm sorry, I can't do it.
We can't do it. That's why it's the Grindhouse, man. You know, I don't deal with bullshit. Look at this.
I'm going to tell Phil Spencer,
and
you know,
but one second,
get
Frog,
your cock out that fucking bathroom stall and make games.
I gotta get off a rant here. Bootleg Joel. I saw Bootleg Joel and he triggered me. Here's Bootleg Joel. All right, I saw the pilot. Yes, somebody in the chat asked me. I did see the toy. This is Bootleg Joel. Okay, here he is. He's very upset now because he doesn't have a name and he's yelling at Master Chief. That's the storyline right here. They call him the pilot. He don't have a name yet, but he does ship with the new shotgun called the Bulldog. But this is the thing. You looking at this stuff, all right? The more Sony keeps doing this to the right and Microsoft keeps doing that to the left, the more heads are going to turn. The quality distinction is there. And I always use this quote, and you probably want to delete it and from here, but Phil says we gotta improve the quality of our games that's been lacking, and the dude from Fortune calls them out. And that was in 2019, dude. And why are we in 2021 and the quality is still not there? And this game, as bad as it looks, there's missing content. What is that? Like, it's just, this is what I mean. The borrowed time. Microsoft had opportunities to clear the air. We're going to E3. We're going to show Halo. We're going to show that we improved it from last year's disaster. Let's go. Right?
And that's not what they did.
They didn't. They squandered it away. We still don't know if they improved Bootleg Joel. You know?
You know, there's some things that are going right in gaming. Like, I didn't care about crossplay. But games like Call of Duty and Destiny and the bigger games, I feel like, no, what I'm saying is, like, I didn't care if I could play with Xbox people, but the more that the crossplay comes, like games like Destiny, for example, games that are kind of, I think it kind of helps extend that audience, and I get to play with some of my friends that play on Xbox. So I don't have a problem with that, right? But, and like, you know, because a lot of people say, well, you know, you didn't care about crossplay, you're a PlayStation. No, I didn't care because I didn't buy a PlayStation to play with Xbox guy. I bought a PlayStation to play the games there, and if you own a PlayStation, I'll play with you. But the more they've done it, I don't mind it as much, and I don't think it's a bad idea because, like, a game like a Destiny or NBA 2K or Madden, I think those games you should be able to play with anybody you can play with, and to a certain extent. But I think at the end of the day is, like, that's not just the beans of what it is at Xbox. Like, it got to be more than the crossplay. It got to be more than just, hey, put your free games behind the paywall.
It's all excuses. Bullshit. It's all waiting.
You have to produce that damn software.
It's delay. It's stall tactics. Like, and even them going, we're going to Gamescom. Oh, now they're going to Tokyo Game Show. And what are they going to do? They're going to show maybe game. What do you think that they show at the Game Awards? They're probably going to use the Game Awards as the launch for Halo and talk about Halo because it just launched a few days after the Game Awards.
Link said something that's so interesting, and Link said, you know, hey, you know, these people, they, in a sense, they can't say anything. If they say anything, they can't, you know, Microsoft cuts them off, and that's fucked up in a sense, you know. I mean, at least Nintendo tells you straight up, we're gonna be a dick in your ass. Microsoft is like, hey, no matter how bad we're doing, you gotta root for us,
dude.
You know, if you don't root for us and you say anything, you're gone.
There he is
we
again.
Can't give you any more rooftop parties.
Listen. You had people capping for the doubling of the price of Xbox Live.
Oh my
telling
god,
people
that made no
cut
sense.
grass and stuff like this. Like these guys don't have. There's not a limit to the levels that they'll stoop to protect Microsoft.
You know what else is funny here? I'm just comparing.
They rather just see any leg up with Microsoft.
Do you see what's on the screen? Like the thing is like we're not even showing the like look at the difference. And the thing is that the Sony, like, it's not just God of War, it's Horizon Forbidden West, it's Spider-Man, it's Death Stranding, it's Ghost of Tsushima, it's what they putting. It's not just one game that has a graphical showcase like Gears of War or something like that. Like it is all of them. There's a sense of polish here, and know what else is crazy? People want to make fun that Horizon and God of War cross-gen games. Well, why is this on the right a cross-gen game and the one on the left a cross-gen game? And the excuse that Halo looks like shit is because it's running on old products.
All these bots out here, these Xbox zealots that want to make fun of cross-gen games, I want them to look at the Microsoft's own internal review of The Last of Us Part 2. Okay, they said it's far beyond.
Whatever your name is,
they
said it's a big surprise.
They
Thank
could
you, sub.
right.
So, something girl 24. What's up, man?
That's a PS4 game.
Thank you.
And that's a PS4 game. So they're letting you know they don't have the ability right now to even match the output that we were getting on PS4. So,
which is crazy if you think about
Look
it.
at this.
Avowed and all
Look
these
at
other
Horizon,
games to be,
dude. Look at Horizon compared to the Halo. Like, this is like another cross-gen game. Like, look at this crap, man. It is just ridiculous.
You know, I sat there and I thought about it the other day, and I heard a lot of people say, well, I only want my games to be on PS5, but I understand why there's some cross-gen games, right? Sony has a huge install base on PS4. To leave that install base behind is crazy. You make so much money. I think as long as the version I get, if I'm on a PlayStation 5, is the better version, you know, for me, and it's just not. It's not if the development hurts it, then yes, let me only have it on PS5. But on the flip side, it's like I haven't really seen too many games that I can say hurt the development. And I don't believe every game is going to be cross-gen. But the games are like God of War. God of War looks like it could have been a PS4 game that was in development, and they said, let's just bring this to the PS5. And like, I don't mind that because I'm like, dude, you got 115 million freaking user base. Why would you want to give that up? You know? Whereas Microsoft is kind of they're in the same boat where they're like, yo, we're only sitting at maybe 50 something million. Maybe let's just say 60 million for all intents and purposes, right? Just to give them the edge, 60. And like, we need to keep this user base here. But you really did nothing to make me want to stay there.
Wait a second. The grinders. Whoa, we got 135 grinders in here. Hit that like button. Oh my god, that's the biggest show ever. Definitely. But Frog, I gotta do it to say something. The grinders, specifically MK Chillin', wants to get real messy. He wants to show Halo 3 compared to Halo Infinite.
Ooh,
oh goodness gracious! Yeah, keep going. I'm finding Halo 3.
So
that game was a big
game. Sean Layden made an interesting statement in 2 different interviews. He said that the budget for these games, these AAA games, is increasing. So it doesn't in order for them to recoup their costs, these games right now, because the PS5 does not have the install base, have to be cross-gen.
They have to be cross-gen, right?
Once their install base gets larger and they can make the return on their investment, you're not releasing a game like Horizon or God of War that sold over 10 million copies on an install base where you can't sell as many copies as you did previously.
Good point.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't have a problem with cross-gen games at all, whether on Xbox or PlayStation. I think my biggest thing is just make sure my version that I'm playing is not hampered by that. Because I'm playing on PS5, so the PS5 version I get should be the best version that should come out. You know, and I'm pretty sure the PlayStation 4 version is going to be a good version. I don't think it's going to, suck. I just think that, I don't have a problem with cross-gen unless it really kind of hinders the experience of what I'm playing.
Exactly.
And, you know,
yeah.
At the end of the day, yes, it's going to affect the scope and the design of the game.
Right.
But at the same time, I trust Sony Studios to give us a top tier product. So
yeah, I've not had any problem with any of their studios games that I can be like, oh man, this is going to be trash. Why is it cross-gen? Whereas Xbox, I do think that cross-gen, the only reason it works for them is because, like, you know, they didn't have a big install base last time, so they had no choice in a sense. But I ultimately think that the games they still produce, they're still on the caliber of like we need to get. We're still not getting the games on the caliber we need, you know. And that, I think that's the biggest problem is like it's been too long that you guys have been making games and you got a new console and you touted all this power, 12 teraflops, eat monsters for breakfast, glory hole rooftop parties. You got to do something different. Oh yeah, you know how to sneak that in there because Phil Spencer, or as some people call him, Phil Dominus Maximus.
Oh shit.
You know, shout out to the Iron Lords, man. But I know they like, you know, they try to be a neutral podcast. Shout out to them, but they love Xbox. I just kind of wish some guys on there would really just be truthful. I mean, you know, Kiss Move is coming around. Kiss Move is coming around because I listened to how he reacted to that conference is how anybody who's on Xbox should have reacted. Like, why don't we get this?
Those guys over there can't be honest, and I don't expect.
Oh, they can't because they're too
bootleg Joel in this one.
Right, and then so you know somebody like Kid Smooth after seeing that conference seemed a little defeated. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, he was hurt.
He would, dude.
Yeah,
like,
he was
have to. Like,
he was like, "Why don't we have this on
where
Xbox?"
Is
Great
the
question.
Where is our superhero? Like, and that's where I saw people like asking that stuff. And then and know what's interesting is that I listened to it. And I forget they had a Spaces on it, right? And basically, you know, I listened to it, and people were talking about like we need a superhero game, we need a stealth game, and then people making an excuse will come in and be like, they would be like, oh well, we got Avowed, and Microsoft's investing a lot of money, 7 billion games, and this shit's not working. God. 7 billion games, and I'm like $7 billion in Bethesda. We got all this stuff, and I'm like sitting there going, I listen to this
like
thing.
They work for the companies.
Dude, not one person on there, and primarily it was a lot of Xbox fans on there because they were asking for like a quality superhero game, and they're like, no, we're good. Like, we got games coming. Don't worry about it. We got games coming. And then not one person on that Spaces, a primarily of Xbox fans, even mentioned this game, Halo Infinite. Not one person said, hey guys, wait, Halo's coming this year. We got games, like we got quality coming up. No, they know about it's that mind share that Microsoft has lost. Like I said, this was a Halo year. Halo couldn't even come out. I don't think it would even matter if Halo came out this year or ever. Nobody's making a deal that Halo's coming out. That's how much they defeated. Sad, and this is where I said that they had plenty of opportunities. They were at all these events. They had plenty of opportunities to really put to bed and hype up Halo, and instead they showed a cinematic trailer to some multiplayer character that you can't use. They showed no campaign. They've been showing the multiplayer. They did a flight while you had to play with bots. You couldn't even play against each other, only for 2 hours. Now there's a second flight coming. The game's coming in December. They announced a controller and a console that come out on the 20th anniversary, but hell if the game comes out on the 20-year anniversary. And not one person in that chat mentioned Halo as like a counter to Sony's quality announcements. Like, you know, that's the thing that they have lost. Remember when, here's what I'm going to say it. Sony has already won. PlayStation has already won. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. PlayStation has already won because primarily a lot of Xbox people that own an Xbox have bought a PlayStation. Just have the necessity to play the great games that Sony's providing. So Sony technically won. Because I'm going to tell you this, as a real Xbox fan, if you buy the console, like I didn't feel the need to go buy a PlayStation 4. I didn't feel the need to go buy a PlayStation 3. until later in the generation when Microsoft started not bringing games and started showing Kinect and Gears Judgment, and I was like, what's going on here? Then I started saying, you know what, let me get a PS3 and start playing God of War and 3 and Uncharted 2. But it wasn't until Microsoft was not giving me what I wanted or what I expected from them did I start looking at the competition and going, well, they got some stuff I want to do. Before that, Microsoft was giving me all the, like, I had Gears 1, 2, Halo 1, 2, Finish the Fight, Halo 3, Titanfall in the beginning. They had all these games, Rise, Dead Rising exclusive, Titanfall. I'm just saying, like, they had all the games. You didn't have to go buy a PlayStation. If you, Xbox satisfied you, right?
They're not taking chances anymore.
Well, they're not.
Chasing
Any of that
trends.
stuff.
They're chasing trends. This is what they did.
That's what a trend.
Look at Halo. Free to play is hot right now. Fortnite, Apex Legends. Oh, we'll just turn Halo into a free to play game full of microtransactions.
No, that's bad.
They're chasing trends. They're not trying to innovate. They're not taking chances. They're just chasing what's hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's sad to see that they've fallen this far to where they're not taking risks.
Well, you think they take some risks in small games because they could throw them in Game Pass, but they're not making. They're not making the deals, dude. They're not making.
Talking about games like Bleeding Ass and Grounded.
Well, dude, I don't think those games would even friggin' exist if it wasn't for Game Pass to shovel them into. Not that I'm saying that's good or bad. I think that's bad, but
there's one person right now trying to find a game on Steam for Bleeding Ass right now.
I know. I saw
one
that.
person.
There's one person, dude. One person.
So,
but you're right.
Isn't that? Now wait, Jess, is that the whole world?
God, Bleeding Ass.
What's the world?
You know what I'm saying? Like that Steam information, is that talking about everywhere?
I thought so.
I thought so.
They stopped supporting the game. They didn't add any new content.
That still want to play that game on a PC. It's sad.
Link, but that's the whole point that he talks about 2 billion people, and nobody's going to, 2 billion people don't give a shit about you. You got to make a game like, then this is what's funny. Like, y'all leave it with this thing. It's like, how do you reach more gamers? Do you reach them by saying you could put a strap on a goddamn controller and on a goddamn phone and play Gears 5 on your phone? Or do you say, this is the only place to play Wolverine, Spider-Man, KOTOR, God of War? Is that how you get more gamers? Or do you get more gamers by saying, hey, this thumbstick right here, you could shove it up your ass so you could stream some games that you don't give a fuck about to your phone? No, I don't care, because I don't give a fuck about the games. See, that's where I mean that they take our hobby. And this is what grinds my gears. And this is why I go crazy every time about this. They take our hobby and they minimize it because they think we're idiots. Like, you think you spitting saying, like, hey, you could stream this game while you're on the toilet or while you're at McDonald's. You could play Halo on the phone. Dude, that's a cool parlor trick. But that's not going to attract more gamers when they don't give a shit about the content that's on the service.
There you go.
It's about the games. So if I was going to reach 2 billion gamers, I would say, you know what? I want Wolverine only on my platform. Know how many gamers they're going to get from that one, guys? Or they go, hey, KOTOR, a beloved franchise. You got nostalgia, as Mooch says, hell of a drug. Best Star Wars game, so they say, and there's not been a better one.
Yeah, it's probably one of the best Star Wars games, RPGs.
Lock it down.
It's amazing.
Only on PlayStation. What are you gonna do? You're just gonna keep you're just gonna keep your 10 million and everybody's just gonna play it, or you're gonna sell shit ton of consoles.
You do games like
while you're canoeing, Max Powers. But the thing is like, what are you gonna like? How do you attract more gamers? You give them games to play, and you get big franchises and big IPs, and you lock it down so that people could play it there. That's what you do. And you tell me that's anti-consumer? Well, go ask Microsoft, who spent $7 billion on an anti-consumer move to put Starfield behind a paywall or whatever. They're doing the same thing. So exclusives matter. That's how you get gamers. You don't get gamers by saying, hey, you see this strap-on controller here? Go put this on. Wait, I'm going to sell you the device, $10 for the strap-on. Here's some Halo condoms that come with it. Put this on your fucking phone, and now you could play Bleeding Ass while you're taking a shit.
You know,
Nobody
I think
cares,
Microsoft
dude. Nobody's playing that.
can actually win a little bit if they say, okay, we're still going to do our Game Pass in our first party, but lose some third party deals that just come to your console.
Exactly.
Do those third party. I don't think they want to do that because I think they want to do those third party deals and then put them in Game Pass. And those third party deals are like, they're not big games. They're like Dungeons and Dragons and Outriders and games. They're not.
I forgot that Dungeons and Dragons dropped in that thing.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
It's games that aren't proven, and they're like, if it fails, it fails. Have we been talking about Back 4 Blood since it launched? No, nobody.
Oh damn!
Has. You know what my point is? That's the point. They get games in there that people talk about, and they come out, and then nobody talks about them anymore. When people are still talking about Spider-Man and Miles Morales because now they're putting the Venom Spider-Man 2 with Venom, and now they're like, ooh, Wolverine, and we saw the Hulk license plate. There's so much shit going on.
Oh yeah, so that
you got people who actually think that that what they showed the in-engine cutscene that they showed, there people are saying that CGI for Spider-Man, even though the devs are saying
that was game.
Oh,
there is a huge. This is what you get when you're developing for one piece of hardware now. And this game is not cross-gen. Yeah. There's a big leap in the visuals going from the PS4 to that version to that game.
Oh, huge difference! Yeah, huge difference.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
See, Jay Thomas says KOTOR was the first game I played on my OG Xbox when I bought it with my first paycheck.
I still own KOTOR.
Dude, I remember picking that game up at. Rolo God says Game Pass is made to fill that shoe. Oh yeah, there you go. Rolo God, welcome to the channel. There he goes. Rolo's ready. He's ready. He knows the lingo here. The Grindhouse.
It hurts when you see games from like I remember, dude. I thought Xbox was unproven, an OG Xbox, but I still wanted one because they had games that nobody else had.
Yeah, they had some big exclusives. But Frog, what do you think that does
OG Xbox.
to Jay Thomas? Like he made that example about KOTOR. KOTOR has a real soft spot for a lot of people, and the fact that Microsoft locked that, not Microsoft, Jesus, Sony locked that down as a console exclusive. Timed to whatever. If you say, "Oh, it's only timed," Final Fantasy VII says hello. Remember that was only timed too. The thing is like
but
how
Final Fantasy VII is.
But it's a timed exclusive though. People think timed is an excuse. The fact that it's a timed exclusive should make you even more upset. Not at Sony, but at Microsoft for saying, "Where were you at the table, Phil? Where were you to bring this to the fans?
Help lock this down.
Did he bring you Quantum? Did he bring you a Phantom Dust with original assets, as Next Gen 720 says? Phantom Dust. He gave you.
You know what?
He gave you. Wait, he gave you. What's the other game he gave you? He gave you Voodoo Vince. Voodoo Vince.
Oh my God! Fucking Voodoo Vince.
He heard you. He is
not a remake. This a Voodoo Vince, the same one with trophy.
I met the guy who did Voodoo Vince. I met him at PAX East. He's like, "What do you think of the game?" I'm like, "Hey man," he goes, "Yeah, they made me bring." I'm like, "You made him?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I made this guy." I'm like, "What have you been doing at Microsoft for the last 20 years?" And I'm like, "Where were you? Like, why didn't you?" He's like, "Oh, I was working on projects." I'm like, they have the person who designed Voodoo Vince.
Rooftop fucking glory parties.
What the hell did Phil have you working on? Were you making were you drawing suits for the avatars or something like that? This is the talent that they have at that studio, and you wait years, decade to make Voodoo Vince when the dude who made Voodoo Vince is standing right there. This is what they think. This is what they do. Look what they did to Rare. Rare had all this IP.
They had amazing
Rare
IPs.
had Conker. They couldn't even use Conker the right way.
Oh my God! Thank you. They put them in. What's that fucking game you created?
The game that they destroyed.
Oh my God! Yeah, and then
Rare's not even working on their. They're not even working on their own IP that they created back in the day. Sony, Microsoft putting other studios on their own IP.
Yeah,
that's such a tragedy.
See, Corey Massey says KOTOR is a gut punch. It was, man. It was a double gut punch, man. It was a punch to the gut and a knee to the nuts on that show to Xbox fans because
Sony is not playing with.
They're
Microsoft.
not. They're not playing. People think they're done.
Kumbaya shit.
No.
Kids Move said
Cutthroat.
something, and I said it's so funny because I noticed it at the end of the show too. After the show was over, I sat back and I watched the show one more time, And what I noticed is that whole intro, I didn't get it, but then after the show, I was like, oh, it's a chess game. And Sony dude, Sony is fucking Drake in a sense, when it comes to certain shit. Like they're petty. They're super petty. They're like, so you got a girlfriend when you were in 6th grade? They're Drake, dude. Drake will fuck your girlfriend from 6th grade.
Frog, they don't even, you don't even, Naughty Dog, we have Last of Us, and this is what I mean, Sony's not done. Just like what Link was saying, they're not playing Kumbaya. They can't. Frog, they just announced those games, right? That was just Insomniac. And they know that space game is there. They haven't shown everything yet. That's why I mean, Microsoft has all those games that I showed you in that list to be announced. We have yet to see gameplay of that stuff. And now,
we haven't shown you everything. But,
what are you doing?
Shit.
What
you
are
showed me
you
so
doing?
far, you excited the hell out of me. So I don't know what else you got to that you haven't shown.
They put out an Outer Worlds 2 trailer. And the dev said they haven't even started working on the game yet.
And they made a mockery of themselves, going like, "We're going to show you a trailer and zoom out."
And then what does Neil Druckmann do? He goes, "Oh yeah, we're working on The Last of Us Part 3," and everybody's like, "Oh shit,
dude!" And Corey Balrog is like, "Yeah, I'm not running that great game, that amazing God of War you just saw. Yeah, this dude's doing it. I'm doing something else." It's like, holy crap!
And that makes you shit your pants. You're like, "Well, if you're not doing that, holy shit!"
And you want to know what?
That
Frog.
Oh my God!
It's
man.
from
that's
the
crazy.
studio themselves. It's not some sort of Cobra or some sort of bullshit on the internet going, "Well, this is the B studio. I heard this is the C studio." No, it's actually them going, "Yeah, I'm not. That guy's working on that game. I'm working on a different game." It's right from the pony's mouth. You want to say right from the horse's mouth, dude? The Sony tells you right there. They're going, "Dude, you see God of War?" That was all strategic. That was them announcing a new game without announcing a new game. It was a fucking carrot to know Sony, Microsoft. Even though we need you in the nuts and kicked you in the ball, we kicked you in the balls and punched you in the gut. While you're on the floor, I'm just gonna let you know that you saw that God of War. Guess what? Corey Balrog's making another game. Oh shit, he's making that sci-fi game. Oh my God. Shit. And then what is Naughty Dog working on? And then what is the Ghost of Tsushima devs Sucker Punch working on next? What are they doing? What is Bluepoint working on?
And she's gonna help.
Amy Hennig is. They are not done. The foot is on their throat and the pants are down for the shit in the face, because Microsoft is gonna be down and out before they even figure out what the fuck Everwild is.
And I don't want it to be like that, because that's the danger.
It's done.
You don't want somebody just dominating.
Opportunity. They've on borrowed time.
Yeah.
No. I'm telling you, you got people like Destin Legary who's saying it's not good for the industry for Sony to be dominating, right?
No, what I mean by that is I want them to be pushed. That's what I mean.
They don't need some. You know what? I think to Link's point, they don't need Xbox to push them anymore. They're pushing themselves.
They're not pushing them. They're pushing themselves. And you know what? You don't want Microsoft to be in the lead with
trash. That's the point. You're right, Link. That's the point.
Reward this.
I don't want Microsoft. When they say Microsoft's making billions and they put out nothing, I'm like, that's not something to celebrate. You want them to make quality and get money. I don't want them to make money on not making stuff. Who celebrates that?
Who rewards bad behavior?
They do.
Oh man, I went out to dinner with my family. Guess what? The restaurant made tons of money, but I didn't eat anything. The fuck's coming out of that restaurant like that? That's something to be happy about. Oh man, the restaurant, they're making tons of money. It looks so nice. But I didn't eat anything there. They didn't feed me anything.
Are you eating Taco Bell getting diarrhea? What the hell?
That's you should celebrate that the company is not making games and they made they made all this money, and then they get Satya the fucking puppet come out there going, "We're all in on gaming." Thanks, Satya. Get back in your fucking hole. You know what I mean?
Link.
Who's the fool?
I got to jump back to this real quick, because I thought about something you said when you said, talking about Crackdown, they got people out there to play it, and those guys are fucking horrible at gaming. That's the other thing. Like, give these fans, these true gaming fans, like something to play, and invite them out there, not to the rooftop parties, and invite people who game, not these fucking celebrities that don't fucking know how to fucking jump across the fucking.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh please, don't even start.
Exactly.
Cool dads.
Stop having these shows with all this fucking talking. Yes,
we're going to Gamescom. They talk the whole time. They talked the whole time. Like, we're going to Gamescom. Only about games from this year. They sat down with their fake-ass mugs, and they talked and talked and talked. And then on Sea of Thieves, State of Decay, talked about DLC. What are you doing? This is the model of Game Pass. It's this constant fucking infomercial. Oh, wait, there's more. 3 easy installments. Late night fucking around with goddamn ShamWows and shit. That's what it is. They are marketing Game Pass by telling you about carrot content. Content that's in the future. Hold the carrot. Stay subscribed, everybody. Don't leave. Here's the carrot. And that's their strategy.
But,
the strategy is to spoon feed you and sew up your asshole and keep spoon feeding you and feeding you.
I got one more point. I got one more point to make. How long has it been since they announced how many subscribers that they have in Game Pass?
It's been a year.
There's a reason they're not announcing these numbers, because it's either not growing like they want it to, or it's declined. Because there's no value. The service is not giving value to the platform. So
18
there's
million.
a reason why they're not telling us for a reason. Trust me. They're hiding it. Right. So, I mean, and if you look at it, look at the stuff they're putting in there.
I know.
I mean,
yo, what's up, Thrash? How you doing, man?
I don't know. Oh, shout out to Thrash.
Yo.
Yeah, they got to do better, man. But I don't think they can.
You're right.
Even with all the money they have, they can't. They cannot do better.
They basically said December 28, 2020, 18 million subscribers. Okay. 18 million subscribers.
Yeah,
that's
it.
It.
That number in a while.
That's it.
It's been quite some time.
They had the first quarter, nothing. Other quarter, you're right. It either went down or it's not growing. And this is the point. The thing is, that thing needs to be huge. It needs to be. I don't know. We don't know. They don't share numbers. They don't tell us
we'll
that.
Never know.
Hey, Outer Worlds sold. Not Outer Worlds. Fucking Outriders sold this many copies, and because it was in Game Pass, it was jacked up or some bullshit like that. No, they don't tell you shit. And that's why judgments are being made. That's why people scratch their head. They go, well, wait a second, Phil. And then you got guys from 2K going, I'm not putting my shit in there. You know?
Oh, because they know it doesn't make them money. It's not going to make them money. They wouldn't recoup.
They got to get ahead of this stuff.
Imagine them putting a GTA 6 or a GTA 5 HD remake in there. They wouldn't make their money back. Microsoft
just wait, dude. Just wait. Says Boomstick's been saying that Sony's good at selling hope. Hope. The fucking motto of the Xbox is "Power your dreams."
Yeah, that's definitely hope.
No, they're giving us games to play like Miles Morales, Demon Souls, Returnal. I don't want to hear that.
Let them all go down with the fucking ship. I tell this to Frog sometimes. I'm like, you know what? Grindhouse.
Right.
Watch it burn.
DLC. Like, I don't know. I don't know how some of these companies just keep pushing out these games.
Let it burn, dude.
Wizards. Like, they have some kind of magic over there, because those guys, man, it's like they wake up and they're like, oh, we got a new game. Let's do a Wolverine game. And Sony's like, all right, we'll talk to Marvel about it. Fuck.
I'm sure.
I mean, that's how I feel they are.
Lock it all down, baby.
I'm sure Disney was happy to hand to hand Wolverine over to Insomniac.
Yeah, Disney's not
very happy.
Disney's not giving.
They're gonna make a lot of money, and the IP is gonna be treated with care.
Yes, there you go.
What would Disney give Microsoft to work on? Like, what's and first off, Microsoft can't even get somebody to make Killer Instinct. 23 studios.
The fucking Howard the Duck. They would give him Howard the Duck. That's what they would give. That's the bullshit.
They're your superhero. Howard the fucking Duck. Quack, quack, bitch.
You know what's crazy? Somebody said the other day, they said, oh man, Xbox needs to buy Warner Brothers so they can get Batman and all that. I was like, well, that doesn't come with Warner Brothers. People think that comes with Warner Brothers. It doesn't.
Listen,
and I said,
think about what you just said. Think about what you just said.
By Warner Brothers?
Sony doesn't have to buy people to get games. Cool. They don't have to buy studios and publishers to get content because they trust them and they're going to make money together because the PlayStation fan base is going to buy these games. Okay,
I think
so they don't have to buy
the other day. They don't have to buy anybody.
They don't
They
have
need
to
to
buy
sit
the
back.
company.
That's what I was saying. I was like, Microsoft, Sony didn't have, like, we're going to play Deathloop. Sony didn't spend $7 billion, have a meeting, a showcase meeting where they sat around and just said, we got games. How I like to partner with you and partner. They just did it fucking games. Bethesda 2 exclusives. Yep. Thank you, wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. We're done. You know what I mean? They didn't have to sign some deal. Like I said, the rest of the fucking Microsoft did that Bethesda deal like a fucking WWE contract signing. They're like, all right, we're in the ring. All right, get down here. Sign here. Sign here. Thank you, everybody. Like, where are the games? Why am I watching you fucking dopes sit around and talk about what are you going to eat for lunch? What are the games? What are they exclusive? Well, I hear we got some deals and some deals that we're going to... Phil talking out his ass again. The shit smells through my fucking computer. I smell it. You waste everybody's time. You go to Gamescom, you talk about that shit. Greenberg has to put his damage control up. Waste time. We're at E3. Sony's not E3. I remember people on Twitter going, Sony don't have a conference. We got one. Are you that fucking shallow? Are you that fucking stupid? Like, really?
Listen.
I should be upset that you got a conference and I don't have a conference. Well, how about Sony has Wolverine and you got fucking Howard the Duck?
Yeah, exactly. And I don't even know if Disney would give them that.
I wouldn't even give them Howard the Duck. I wouldn't even give them fucking Howard the Duck.
You know, Disney's promoting Spider-Man on their Twitter account and stuff. And you got people talking about, I can't believe Disney would support, they're supporting toxicity by promoting Spider-Man. What are these guys talking about?
The fallout from that PS5 showcase, it was friggin' incredible, man. It was horrible. But you want to know what? People, and this is the thing, people are going to show their true colors when that stuff happens. People should be pissed. And I was listening to some pro Xbox podcast, and the person was telling people if they were upset about that they should get out of it. Like they should that there's something wrong with them, that they shouldn't be mad because we're doing great over here. Wow. I was like, what the?
Where?
I don't know. It was I don't fucking know which one it was. But he was on, I don't know if he was a guest or something, but he was basically saying, like, if you are in some sort of way about the Sony conference and want Microsoft to do the same thing, that's not the way to feel.
Shit, I don't want them to just do the same thing. I want them to do better.
No shit. But the thing is like, how can you tell people they're wrong for not wanting, like, you shouldn't want what Sony has. Like, we're so great. Like, then trying to say, like, Microsoft's doing such a great job. It's so much better now than what it was. And I'm like, where the fuck do you people come from? What is wrong with you? If you are an Xbox fan, you knew where you came from. That should make this even more frustrating. You had Rise, Sunset, Quantum Break. They were making games, Titanfall deals. They were taking Tomb Raider away from Sony. They fucking locked down Gran Turismo, GTA 4 DLC exclusives. What are you talking about? We're better now? Now?
Let it burn.
With this fucking shit? With all this to be announced, we're better now?
No,
are you fucking dumb? What kind of fan are you? We're better now. Well, you know what? I want them to... it makes me want to Sony get everybody. Get the whole fucking Avengers, the Defenders. I want everybody on the PlayStation so Microsoft sits there with fucking maybe Howard the Duck's balls. That's all they're going to get. Disney's like, here's Howard the Duck's hairy fucking balls. Put them on Craig's chin. Make yourself a fucking Thanos. Craig Thanos bullshit. Get the fuck out of here with that wasting bullshit time. Like, what do you mean everything's fine? And then they go to Twitter and people are like, oh, it's fine. Dude, it's not. You are making Xbox irrelevant. It already is. It's hanging on by a fucking thread. Phil can't finesse you enough. It's done.
By Dangleberry.
And it's just gonna get worse and worse. Dude, it's gonna get worse and worse. They don't know the bed that they made with this Game Pass bullshit. And I said it from before. The all-in, balls-deep approach to Game Pass is gonna kill Xbox. They should not have made it all in. All of our games. All of the games. No. Have some games go to Game Pass that would need the model. Don't say all, because now you just took all those 23 studios and committed them to a PC, Xbox Day One world in a subscription bullshit service where you, Phil Spencer, believe services is shipping part of a game and fixing the fucking rest of it later. That's not no service. That is some horse shit. That's what that is. That is an excuse. Well, co-op is coming part of the service. Fuck out of here as part of the service. That should be there.
You know why Satya approved this? Satya approved this because he's like, if it burns, fuck it. I wanted to get rid of it anyway.
Dude.
You know, and people got to understand Satya's vision.
He made Phil run through the fucking hamster wheel thinking that he's going to do something. Satya's going to go.
Satya didn't care about Xbox.
No, he really didn't.
And so if it fails, whatever, we can just make money off and just be a software publisher.
He don't care about Mixer's gone, dude. He cut. They spent so much time pushing Mixer, and they killed it. And if that's any indication of how quickly they could pivot, what they did to Mixer, they threw money at Ninja. They threw money. 6 months later, they shut the whole shit down like it never existed. Cut down people's, and you think people trust Microsoft after what they have a habit of doing that. They have things where they tell you the apps are coming to Windows Phone. Nah, fuck it. UWP was going to make one app to work on all devices. Oh, nah, fuck that. We're not using you. Just put it on Steam. They pivot all the time. And the thing is that they never hold strong. And it's the same thing that goes with Halo. You look at the feedback, you see all this stuff, and when you see this, basically, they're so wishy-washy. They're like, oh, we'll fix this, we hear you, we'll do this. What is your vision of this game? What do you want to provide to gamers? Just have your vision there and work with it. Don't just have this fickle mind. Well, we heard you. You can't take feedback from every fucking person and try to make everybody happy. It's not going to work. You need to, what is your vision? Why did you make the decisions that you did with XP? Why? Oh, we heard you. Are you just going to say we heard you and that's season 3, we heard you? You can't, that is not a service. And if you want to say, well, 4 years from now, Halo is going to be, the game that it should be at launch, you can't do that. Not to a known franchise. And they just want that shit. I'm going to tell you. You say, well, what comes after Halo? People are like, oh, we got a holiday game. What's after December 2021, everybody? Because I could tell you, you got Horizon in February, GT in March. Forspoken coming out in the beginning of it. And then you got God of War around there sometime. What do you have for Halo? After Halo, what's there? For those paying $15 a month. What are you getting in January? What's the release date of a game in February? March? April? May? Maybe you get Crossfire X sometime? All you know is Starfield. That's it. Coming a whole year later. And guess what? That's a year just like you just waited last year. When in October or in September of last year, they told you that the one game that you knew was coming was delayed a whole year. What did you get in the meantime? Psychonauts 2, which was delayed from last year. And you got Medium. Now, it's not like this is the turning of a new leaf. After Halo, you go back into radio silence again. Yeah, maybe Final Fantasy 16 for Sony. Sony's not stopping. And after Halo releases, you're back into radio silence again. Pushing Starfield from January till November, hoping that it comes out. Hoping they show gameplay. And what they're going to do is they're going to fill in the news with season updates for Halo from January to November. So get ready, because Halo is going to be the news on all their topics. Every month, there'll be a new Halo thing. That's the news that will carry them. Guess what else comes next year, everybody? Who's talking about games? Remember a little old Discord? Oh, yeah, Sony's partnership with Discord. Oh, that comes next year, too. And we could be doing this podcast from our Sony dashboard. But that comes next year. Another partnership where Microsoft tried to buy Discord, and Discord didn't want to be bought. Instead, Sony invested in them and partnered with them, like they did with Epic. A smart way to build relationships. That's what they're doing. And on top of that, borrow time. Sony made partnerships with J. Raymond Studios. They just bought that studio another studio right before this PlayStation Showcase. They got these other aspiring developing groups making games, and they're going to ensure the quality. Herman Hulst doing his splits on PlayStations. Please give me that image. I'm going to use it for next week's show. But you look at it, they're not stopping. So when they go quiet, Xbox better go show some games. Not go loud, but show some games. And you should learn that when Sony goes quiet, it's like a fucking viper just waiting, sitting, making deals, locking down Wolverines, waiting to pounce. And yes, it's frustrating because I'm going to tell you one thing. Having E3 was nice because you would know around the time you might get some of this news. The fact that they don't go to E3 and it's a state of play or they just kind of drop it, it is definitely kind of like, well, when is this going to happen? Okay, it's a little frustrating not to know when. E3 was nice because you knew when it was going to happen. The fact that it now doesn't, it could happen anytime. That's fun, makes it exciting, but then it also leaves it frustrating because you don't know when that news is going to be there. But all you know is that when they announced this showcase,
about PlayStation?
Yeah, when they announced that showcase, nobody came out and said, dude, just chill. They're just going to show a couple of games. Like, chill out, set your expectations. They didn't say it. Actually, all their devs, you could see the what Sony has. They tell their devs not to say anything. Don't say anything. Because you could see once stuff is announced, then the developers that they have, hey, this is what I've been working on, everybody. This is what I've been doing. And the thing is that when you see that they don't want leaks and stuff, and that they really want that announcement to hit hard.
You would never see, listen, Jazz, you would never see something like what happened with Redfall happen to Sony.
No, you wouldn't.
You wouldn't see that.
No.
Because people in the industry respect it. I don't know if people just don't respect Microsoft. This shit don't even surprise me anymore. None of this stuff. None of this.
Yeah. Redfall, how did that happen? All right, what happened? Somebody went out. Was eating a fucking Xbox donut, and somebody took a picture. Like, come on. Like, the thing is, that shit don't happen.
You getting stuff like you getting Deathloop, a critically acclaimed game from a so-called Microsoft first-party studio, and then the game that's coming exclusive to their platform is a game like Redfall that looks like a PS2 game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and but people are gonna.
You can't make this up. You can't make it up.
No, you can't. And like I said, half the time, this stuff just writes itself. But the main point of this whole discussion, this Grindstable, and I want to shout out to over 140 people watching, over 112 likes, man. You guys are awesome. Hit that like button again, share it out, subscribe is new. We're almost at 1,000, almost there. But just to wrap up the thought about what the whole point of this is that there was plenty of opportunities for Microsoft to make, especially since Sony has kind of gone quiet in the last couple of years. And Sony happens. This is the third time it's happened where they are quiet.
Calculated.
Microsoft fans and stuff think that Microsoft, just by opening up their mouth, is doing good by keeping Microsoft relevant, Xbox relevant, but all they're doing is not showing what the fans really want. Instead, they're just opening them out and sound is coming out of it just to make it look like they got something. They're like a person on a bike just squeaking the clown horn.
It's
Making
not
noise.
working.
It's not working.
These journalists and websites that continue to run these anti-Sony PlayStation articles, it's not
Come out
working.
the fools.
Whatever these tactics that they're trying to do, it's not working.
It's
not
doesn't.
stopping the train.
It doesn't, because
It's not doing anything.
And you want to know why, Link, it's not working? The reason why it's not working is because I'm just going to... Let me get Jim Ryan on here. Jim Ryan.
Enough from me. We're going to have the games do our talking.
Enough from me. We're going to have the games do our talking. That's why. You cannot deny a great game. You could talk all you want on a podcast. You could talk all you want in a chat. But when the game comes out and the game hits, you cannot discount a quality game. You might not like it. It might not be your cup of tea. You might not like the genre. You might not like the developer. You might not like it. You personally might not like it. But the industry as a whole cannot criticize that without looking wild. Well, I give it a 2 out of 5. The Last of Us 2. Fucking idiot. And they will know that you're an idiot. I will just look at this heatsink, and I will say this is better than this one because of my iPhone thermometer.
Yeah. People.
Well, you're an idiot. It's not working.
It's clearly a coordinated attack against Sony, but unfortunately, the real story here is the fact that Microsoft doesn't have games and Sony does.
Exactly.
And until they prove that they can put out quality games consistently, all these other things don't matter. It will not help Microsoft.
The power doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. The power, the magnets, the cool execs, the cool dads out there. It doesn't matter.
VRS. Direct storage API, all this crap doesn't matter.
The DirectX is built into the chip, built into the silicon.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's about the games, and you cannot deny great games and let the games do the talking, and that is it.
That's it.
They let Wolverine do the talking. They let KOTOR do the talking. They let Spider-Man with Venom do the talking. They let God of War gameplay do the talking. They let Horizon Forbidden West do the talking. You see the motif? But Microsoft has a show where they do the talking as talking heads, like fucking ESPN. And say, well, so tell us about the game you're working on. Well, I can't say anything right now. Why are you here then? Just to fill in space? Just to sit here and look like we're working on something? Where is Matt Booty talking about development updates? We should have development updates. Perfect Dark, announced over a year ago. No dev update on that. No dev update on
What's
Fable.
What's up with the Halo director trying to get a job over there?
Yeah, right?
Is he still with Halo or did he lead the project?
Via Vex says Xbox fans want another acquisition, but Xbox can't even deliver what they already bought.
I think he's still there.
Totally. Via Vex, totally. Exactly. People just want the news.
To be on the winning team.
They
want to be on the winning team.
They just want an acquisition just to say, oh, yeah, just buy somebody. But think about it. What have they done, what they bought? You want to see something? The difference? Microsoft bought a whole bunch of studios. Compulsion Games, right. Ninja Theory, all in 2018. What have they produced? Right. Bleeding Ass went out as fast as a diarrhea. In and out, not even a year. Grounded, still in preview. When the fuck is that going to come out preview? It's been 2 years. They added bees and mosquitoes the last time I checked.
Didn't we say they needed the community to help them create a story?
Yeah, they still didn't do it. The community's helping build the story about the birds and the bees. I don't know what the fuck's going on with that. Still in preview 2 years later. Guess what? You had to pay $30 for that fucking game. Like when you buy something in preview in Steam, they at least like, where's my target date? 2022, 2023? When is Grounded going to come out of preview? Well, now let's look at the other side. Sony made one.
I really hate the fact that they do
Sony
that,
made
man.
one little old purchase, Frog, in 2019 called Insomniac Studios. They made one little purchase. Insomniac. They have
Hey,
the
money well spent.
Miles
Money well
Morales,
spent.
Spider-Man Remastered, Ratchet and Clank. Now they got Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine. Tell me who should be buying what studios? They got 23 studios and a bunch of placeholders on Xbox. No release dates, a whole bunch of to be announced. Sony buys Insomniac, they light up the fucking scoreboard with games that came out already and will polish as can be, and doing things like ray tracing, which Microsoft talked about a year and a half. Sony didn't even have to buy Bethesda, got 2 exclusive games. Microsoft spent $7 billion on a trip for Phil and Aaron Greenberg to deliver donuts to Pete Hines, and still don't have any fucking games for the next year. That's if Starfield comes out next year. So who's made the better purchases? Why do you want them to buy more? Matt Booty clapping his cheeks so hard, he's bleeding ass.
Dude,
where is he? That dude, is he managing 23 studios right now? Who knows? We don't hear from him. But you know what? Don't worry about that. They're making the games. Here, let me sell you this thumbstick that you could stick into the back of your TV and play the games from yesteryear. Well, hey, let me sell you this $70 controller.
You know what? It's all about
you could play games from yesteryear.
You just said something. So many people were focused on if these consoles are going to be backward compatible with last generation and the generations beyond. And that's not even talked about anymore. People could care less whether they can play PS3 or PS2 or PS1 games on their PS5. Sony said, well, you can play your PS4 games, but people don't even talk about that anymore. I just started
because nobody wants to play those old games. No. There's not enough people that wants to play those old games.
No.
And it's just sprinkles on top of ice cream if you can. It's not...
Remake them is one thing, but if you're going to put that original product there, I don't think people are going to really care as much as people think they
Frog,
are.
it's just a little, it's a little sprinkle on top of ice cream, really. It's just another neat thing that it can do. Like, it's not a necessity.
Right. Microsoft made a big deal out of it because they didn't have anything else. They didn't have any
exactly.
New games.
Yes.
So they had to go and boost up all these old ass games.
Yeah. Well, how's that coming? Frames per second boost. Any new ones? Booster.
No, when have we ever? I can't think of when they've added the next
frames per second boost. Another feature that went out the fucking window. Remember, they were Frog. They were fucking boosting games. They were boosting 5 at a time for a month or so.
Oh shit! So whatever they got, that's it.
What happened? A booster
on 360. They stopped adding games to the 360 backwards compatible.
Yeah, well, remember they were taking a break in 2017. What happened to all the backwards compatible games they were going to add? What happened?
Yeah,
what happened to that program? Wait, I'm going to go back. What was it? Backwards compatibility? Let's see. Backwards what was it, 2017? They stopped making them. They're like, yeah, we're taking a break. Was it 2019? It was 2018.
That's crazy. I didn't even think about that until just now.
Remember, they haven't added new games that are backwards compatible. They're taking a break. Where is it?
How many 360 games did they have that are backward compatible?
Yeah, wait, I'm going to tell you right now.
It's like, yeah, look it up.
What is it, like 10% of their collection, if that? It can't be a big percentage.
There it is.
Since they like percentages so much.
There we go. Backwards. Here it is. This is what I mean. This is why people hype this up, right? In 2018, Team Xbox added 100 new titles to backwards compatibility, bringing the full catalog to over 550 games. 57 of them are Xbox One enhanced. Wow, what a...
Okay, and how many games released on the 360?
We're taking a break for the holidays, but stay tuned to more back... Wait, no, this wasn't it. They announced it at E3. This wasn't it. Hold on.
2,153 games released on the Xbox 360. Only 577 of them are backwards compatible. So about a quarter of the games are backwards compatible.
About 25% of their games.
Wait, E3.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean...
I remember them saying it. They were taking a break. They said they wanted to make sure everything was working for the Series X launch.
They have to go and do each title, and they have to create an emulator for each title to make it backwards compatible. It's not baked in at the system level. That's why they stopped adding titles to it because, I mean, what's the point? Who's playing this shit?
And I think they saw that. That's why they stopped adding backwards compatibility there. It was in 2018. Was it 2019? It was 2019 because that's when they announced the Scarlet of Series X. Here it is. Here it is. Look at this. Grinders, I know you wait for the Phil Spencer interviews at the end of the show. Because I pulled them out.
60 games total, a surprise Keanu.
Here it is.
A new console.
Phil Ness coming straight at you.
Much more as well. And here to walk us through that staggering list.
How many guys? I got one question.
Really
Will you play a video?
For Xbox Game Pass as well.
Wait, hold on. I'm
Xbox
listen.
Game Pass Ultimate.
Okay,
Xbox
go ahead.
Game Pass.
Oh, that no charge for that, and both of those things are launching this October.
There we go.
You know, gaming goes from really all physical to both a combination of physical and digital. I think us respecting the purchases that people have made.
Shut up, Phil. Where's your
thing?
thing?
We're going to hold it in London.
Yes.
Let's bring back.
Okay, but
Tom,
XO19.
I think we're going to give some more details and make sure that everybody knows
Where
how to
is
get
it?
signed up, knows how to get there. So,
All right. So
Okay,
just to
but
wrap
go
up,
on.
Phil, personal highlight for you.
And come and see the show. Of those things are launching this October.
Where is his back?
Our design for Project Scarlet, we definitely wanted to make sure that we were compatible across all the generations, not just with the games, but the accessories. Obviously, Xbox Live
There it
will
is.
continue, and you are who you are across the whole ecosystem, which creates, for us, it's really us respecting the purchases that our gamers have made on our platform. You know, some of these games people bought a decade ago in our digital ecosystem. You're going to turn on Project Scarlet, and the entitlement's going to be there. You can go download the game and play. And as gaming goes from really all physical to both a combination of physical.
Where are they taking the break?
You know, we stood on stage at E3 a few years ago and talked about Xbox 360. Years
There it
ago
is.
is where we announced that the first time we get Game Pass to that. But also 34 games on our stage that are Outer Wilds right now.
This
Really
is when they
fun.
took a break in
It's going to
2019.
kick my addiction off again.
So this is what I mean when I say this too. Like 2019, they called us Project Scarlet. All right, we've been hearing about the Series X for over a year and a half before it launched, and it to come out with no games showing the power of it, no launch games. This is what I mean. They talked about it for over a year and a half. You think people said they were ready? Sony wasn't.
How many original OG Xbox games are backwards compatible?
Oh, like 12.
42.
42. There you go.
Damn.
42 games. Even though he claimed that we're going to make it backwards compatible across all generations. I guess technically that's true if you have even
Here it
one
is.
game from a generation, but he's full of shit.
Here it is right here. Backwards compatibility. What's next for backwards compatibility? E3 2019. Since the program was announced in 2015, over half of all the Xbox gamers have enjoyed this, right? 4 years later, compatibility remains priority for Xbox, for our community and for developers and their games, preserving the part of the DNA, adding more than 600 backwards compatibility titles. We've listened closely, to community feedback and respect the game libraries over the last 18 years. That's why we're taking our step further and announcing games from 4 generations will be playable on Scarlet. And then they say, where do they say it? After this week, we have no plans to add additional OG Xbox games or 360 games to the catalog, but we're excited to continue our work on Xbox compatibility across platforms and devices, which remains top priority. So, as of June 10th, 2019, they have not added any more games to backwards compatibility. But it's their top priority.
Interesting.
They took a break.
Very interesting.
It says right there,
It's
after
a
this
lie.
week, we have no plans to add additional games to the catalog. But we're excited to continue our work on the compatibility across platforms and devices. So, another program, backwards compatibility, that's done. UWP is done. What happens to frames per second boost? Another bullshit thing. When's the last update on that one? FPS booster.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're not getting 1X enhancements with these boosts. They're giving you the Xbox One version of the game.
Yeah,
So
of course.
you're
But I'm
running
just
the-
saying, like, it was another program where they carrot feed you bullshit. And then we got boost mode. Let's see. When was this announced, boost? Oh, look, the last time the boost list was updated was when? Take a guess, Grinders, before we shut it off. When was the last FPS boost game announced? Well, when was the last time they updated this list?
Oh, no.
June, maybe? I don't know.
All right, here we go. Wrong. July 7th was the last update here. We will add more there. The last update they had was in May 3rd. Today we released our largest drop of games featuring frames per second boost to bring our title to 97 boost, which is included in Game Pass. So, May 3rd. The list will be updated regularly as more games receive boost. That was mentioned on July 7th. So, there's your... we're in September 14th. Hey, Xbox, who the fuck's updating these pages? This is what I mean.
This is what who's going back to play stuff? Who's doing it?
But the thing is, this is what I mean. May 3rd. July 7th. Well, who's updating this shit? This shit is, again, forgotten. Backwards compatibility, 2018, no, 2019. We're done. This is, and I know, I don't give a fuck about Booster. But the point of this is, look how hot they drop their shit. They talk up a big game, Booster's coming in, here they come, and they drop it. July, what are they going to do? You had E3 games come. They didn't announce any more boosts. No boost. Hey, Booster. This is the reason why you can't, this shit is not reliable. UWP, this feature, VRR, all this shit, they are just talking terms. The support is not there. Boost was all the rage in the spring. Well, what happened to Boost? It ended on page 2. That's what happened to Boost. Look at OG Xbox compatibility. Ended on page 40 with the 40-second game. Drop Mixer. Drop it like it's Mixer. And it's not that I give a shit if they announce the boosts. The point is the motif of this company. The motif of how they treat their brand. These are all, remember Snap? It's coming back, said Ybarra as he left. Never came back. They're a bunch of circus acts. They updated it in May 3rd. UWP. This is what I mean. That's why you're only going to do the games.
Enough from me. We're going to have the games to...
Frames per second boost, VRR. What happened? 120 frames per second. Oh, we got it. Who cares? Nobody wants to play a shit game at 120 frames regardless of 60 frames or 30 frames. If it's a shit game. The quality.
Means when I think about Xbox, I'm going to think about quality games. We have work to do there. We haven't done our best work over the last few years with our first-party output.
I've that's always been a hit on the company.
I'm trying to use the phone!
Just a point. That all these features, all these things that people run with, it's in the news. This is what I mean where they just open up their mouth. Just to open up, just to make some noise, to make them relevant. These might be great programs. Expand on them. Do what you did to Xbox Live. Don't just abandon this stuff. Make it better. Improve it. Maybe with a new console. Maybe like Upload Studio. Maybe the share features. Maybe all those things you can make better with a new generation of consoles you didn't. Slapped on tramp stamps. Slapped on a share button. Stopped UWP. Stopped Booster. All just to be relevant in the news. Oh, it was May. Slow news. Drop some Booster games. Sony's scared. They don't say anything. Because Sony doesn't waste our time. They talk about things that are relevant. Yes, they talk about stupid shit. Yeah, they show stupid shit with Rainbow Six and stuff. Yeah, there were down points in that show. That show wasn't a fucking banger the whole time. There was a time in the middle that I'm like, huh? But they made up for it by showing games that you fucking want to play. That you scream out of your seat. And they're bringing it to you, knowing they're curating content to you. This is just abandoned shit. This is just to stay relevant in news. Greenberg, go say something about Booster. Okay, go ahead. We need some news from me. Go out there. Chat. Relevant. Oh, the refrigerator's coming. But anyway, it's a late night grind. I can't believe. Huge show. Link, he stayed up, man. Frog, I hope he's not sleeping. But guys, do your outros. I want to thank you so much for staying on. I was going to say, we win another hour, man, because the grinders were rolling. And I want to thank you again for a huge show, and thank you for coming through, man. But give everybody, where can they find him? Frogs, go.
Oh, so Frog, you can find me at Frog's Dream on YouTube, at Frog's Dreams on Twitter, Frog and Pepper on PlayStation, Frog and Pepper on Xbox, Frog and Pepper on Nintendo Switch.
There you go. Link, I think wait a second. Before Link goes, Link, there's something I said to follow you or something. It says I was pending. You have like a waiting room or something?
On Twitter?
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know. I gotta go in here. Let me see.
Because you were talking today. You were talking today, and I clicked on you, and it says I was following you, and then it says for you, it says pending or some shit like that. I'm like, Link has a waiting room.
I don't see you. I don't see you in my request.
No, is that the right link? Shit, is an imposter.
You might be following somebody else.
A bootleg link. What's your Twitter?
My Twitter is Philip with 2 L's 52986.
Wait a second. That's not you then.
Yeah, that wasn't me.
Oh shit! I've been bamboozled.
You said Philip with 2 L's.
Philip with 2 L's.
Oh,
52986.
Now everybody knows where to find you.
Yeah.
Philip. Oh no, I can't follow. Then see, I type in that, and all of a sudden the Phil Spencers and Phil Harrisons pop up. Oh shit!
Wait, Philip 5296.
52986. Yep, that's my.
Oh,
Twitter.
it's that is you.
It is me.
Oh no, there it is. That was weird because today when I was on the show, it said
when
pending.
I click on yours, it said pending too.
It said pending. Now it says fine. Yeah, now we're in the clear.
My dogs are freaking out again.
Game Pass salespeople. Frog, get them. Game Pass salespeople come to the door late night, Frog. Why are they coming so late? They're trying to get you with that Phil Ness at 12 o'clock, trying to get you on that Game Pass.
Trying to get me with those rooftop fucking glory hole parties.
Oh, shit. Get those dogs on them. There we go. The Grindhounds. I'm calling the Grindhounds. Get them. Frog's dogs. Get them. No subscriptions. They're trying to get us. The Phil's got you. All right. Well, thank you. Yo, now everybody knows where the link is to follow him. I got him. I got your link. And anyway, Grinders. The Max Power says they just don't stop. Dude, watch them, man. They're coming out 12. They're coming late, man. They're coming out at 12 o'clock to try to sell you that Game Pass. They want to lock you in for October. But Frog's dogs are on them. The Grindhounds are on them. Get them, Grindhounds. Impatient with the dog emojis. You got the Grindhounds.
Great show.
Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, this was awesome. Thank you again, everybody. Again, this is Jez7780. Follow me over on Twitter and also hit that subscribe button. We're almost on the way. Buck Roger, can't wait to get in this pool. Let's try to get it before the winter time. But anyway, thank you again, everybody. I will try to do some timestamps to this one because this is a long one and get that out to everybody. But yeah, share it out. Hit that like button. And till next time, this has been the Gaming Grindhouse. Talk to you guys later. See ya.